Madiaga on the beat.
I see Mommy Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. This F they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know, babe.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, don't let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joins with a trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
This is from Biafrans Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their life for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I can't tell. Remember when me tell you say I can't tell. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a prospero. But the way you cook like a papa nuku. But them they were bonito. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi samiro. Me tell you what I day. For me that all and the rest of man I tell you what I am. Me never give up. Me tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
And I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, you'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front. Without food, without guns. For our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now, if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart, forever, 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 and ever.
plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We blend in our history, that the death of our people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bummed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Keep them on the patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. Really for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
No fear for our land. We go stand together. Fight for freedom now. No surrender. This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose. An occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze. We face many things, we no fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night.
Welcome. We have come back once again today to give you update as we always do. I urge every one of you to tighten up your seatbelt. Remember, today our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court. We are going to bring you a review of the court appearance, and you are going to hear the opinion of Biafrans. You are going to hear what transpires in the court. You are going to see some information that you did not hear during the court section. If you have missed the court section, please pay attention to this program from the beginning to the end. I bet you'll be glad you did. Don't miss any information in this program. Please tighten up your seatbelt. Share the program. Don't watch alone. As you join the program, you share. Make sure you bring somebody to this program today. It is going to be a bombshell. As always, please connect and tighten up your seatbelts as we move into the program without wasting much time. He made it clear that in United Kingdom you have wonderful individuals, wonderful people who has conscience. But when you come to their government, when they are in the government, these people are the worst you can find in the planet Earth. Their government is the worst you can find on the planet Earth. In every evil that you see that is being perpetrated in this world, you see their footprint. You see their footprint, how they planned it, how they were involved in it. But when you come to individuals, human beings that exist, there are some wonderful people there in the United States. Even when the Biafran Civil War, the genocide was going on, committed by the British, there were some of their citizens who had the information, and there was outrage. There was a debate where a Britishman was standing out and debating and said they should stop that genocide. What they are committing in Biafra is genocide. The argument was made by a British. So there are wonderful people out there. That is why it is necessary that you use your social media wisely. You don't only use your social media for gossip. You don't use your social media for engaging in saga, for attacking people unnecessarily. Use your social media to give information out so that people that do not know what is happening in your area can be able to know what is going on. The world today is a global village. The only problem is that most of us in Biafra, most of us in Africa are not using our social media network effectively. Go to many social media networks today, you see most Africans you see there, they are Biafrans. They are Biafran, but I can tell you 80% of them, go and see what they are doing with their platform. Go and check what they are doing with their platform. It's just for jokes, for entertainment, for talking about irrelevant issues, for discussing things that will never give them anything forward. Some of them that decide to talk, they talk about things that happen in other places and they forget their own home. They present things that happens in other parts of the world, but they forget their own home that is burning. It is sad, but time has come for us to take charge and do what we have to do. Remember, each day we come here, our own purpose is to present the case of Biafra to the world, to strengthen the false information that have been pushed out by Nigeria. There are so many lies they have told about us, about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, about Mazi Simon Epa, about our deputy prime minister, Dr. Ngozi today. There are so many lies flying out there. What we do in this platform is to strengthen those lies. And if you have any information you want to challenge us with, please come to the David Harbour channel, present that question. We are going to respond to you. If you have a superior argument that you want to present on our quest for freedom, please do us a favor and come to David Harbour channel on YouTube and challenge us. Present your superior argument. We are open to listening. The only thing that qualifies you to join us in our program is to be a human being. You must not be a Biafran to join us. You must not agree on our own ideology to join us. You must not be of a certain religion, of a certain ethnicity, of a certain race to join us. As long as you're human and you care about humanity, you are free to join us and bring your superior argument. It's either you learn from us or we learn from you. That is why we're here. Wherever you are watching us from, it is another day for us to share views. So feel free to use the link and join me on today's program, because we are going to dig deep, as we always do. We will bring info. Some of the information we talk about here are things that are already on your table, but you ignore them simply because you have not been directly affected. Sometimes you are directly affected, but you ignore it. You pretend it's not happening. So many things we talk about, you are directly affected, but you ignore it. Just like what you are seeing happening in the Zoological Republic called Nigeria today. You saw what happened to E-Money. Finally, he realized, oh, there is persecution against his people. You see that his group of clowns that are throwing money around, coming out to shout and talk, because now it has affected them. But all this while, when you talk about freedom for all, they do not understand it. They will take you as a jobless person. They will take you as someone who is irrelevant. How much do you have in your bank account to talk to them? But when it happens to them, you see them singing the same song you have been singing for years. That is how bad it is. We will never stop. It does not matter their propaganda, their blackmail. It doesn't matter their weapon of warfare. We do not care. As long as we are pursuing this project that is being led by Chukwu Okekabiama himself, we will not fail. They are sitting back and they want to watch us fail. Never, ever. As long as there is still a Biafran alive, we will definitely succeed in this battle to free ourselves from the clutches of the colonial masters using the Janjaweed in Nigeria to hold us down. We must be free. So we have come once again, as we always do, and we will continue to do so, to preach this gospel, as we always do. Feel free to join us, and when you are joining us, please, if you are a Biafran, no matter your dialect, feel free to use your dialect and speak to Biafran people. In Biafra, we have different dialects. We have the Ibibio, we have the Igbo, we have the Ijos, we have the Bankes, we have the Efik, we have the Shakiri. We have so many tribes, different dialects in Biafra land. Feel free to use your dialects in this platform and talk to us. We will appreciate that. We will appreciate that very, very much. The platform you are seeing here belongs to the Biafran people. It belongs to the Biafran people, but we welcome everybody. Even if you do not agree with us, even if you're a one Nigerianist, even if you're a Janjaweed, and you have that strength, you have that boldness to join, feel free to join us and go ahead, bring your argument. We are going to take you on. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I appreciate every one of you that have joined us today. And on today's program, we are taking on a topic which says, liberation is not a gift from others. It is a choice to be made within ourselves. Support the United States of Biafra now. I would like every one of us to engage in this topic because it is going to be a very wonderful and engaging topic. And before we go through it, I would like to play the intro of our program that we have this month, which we must not miss. Let us listen to that very intro. It is important because an assignment that is before us, and every Biafran must be aware and participate in it, especially if you are in the United States of America. There is no excuse for you not to be in that program. Let us listen to the intro before we proceed.
No fear for our land. We go stand together. Fight for freedom now. This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose. An occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze. Face many things, we don't fall. And took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, and catch you still this strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being there and listening to this very important information. Please, all those who are watching us, those who are Biafrans or any tribe, please, if you can be able to get us a version of this very advertisement in your own dialect, whether in Igbo language, in Efik, Ijaw, Ishakiri, any tribe in Biafra or in broken language, if you can be able to put this very advertisement in your own tongue, in your own language, please do so. When you do so, put it on audio and send it to me. Once you send it to me, we will put it to video and we can use it and give the accolade to you. Try as much as possible. If you can, do it and send it to me, the audio. Just do it in audio. This very advertisement, if you can be able to translate it in your own dialect, or in broken language, and put it in audio, send it to me, we will transform it to video, and then we can be able to use it for more expansion of the message to get to other people. If you can do that on your own, please do that and send it to me on WhatsApp. For those who have my WhatsApp number, send it to me on WhatsApp. If you don't have my WhatsApp number, you can take it down, +447 864 397 169. +447 864 397 169. +447 864 397 169 on WhatsApp. Send it, the audio, then we can be able to use it, and I bet you will appreciate that. Any Biafran language or broken language on audio and send it to us, then we can make use of it and progress on this very message. The radical evangelism is for all of us. Everyone here, we are part of the media. No one person can do it. It is a collective effort for us to achieve what we want. My fellow Biafran, today's topic, as I said before, liberation is not a gift from others. It's a choice to be made within ourselves. Support United States of Biafra now. Liberation is not a gift from others. Liberation is not a gift from others. It's a choice to be made within ourselves. I want us to meditate into this very topic. We are going to elaborate in it and speak on it because a lot of things is happening. So many of us are waiting for a Messiah somewhere to come and liberate us. So many of us are waiting for one person out there to come out and do it. Some are waiting for Mazi Nnamdi to be released, then he can be able to give them freedom. Some are waiting for Mazi Simon to come forth and then give them freedom. Some are just sitting back, allowing Dr. Ngozi to do everything and give them freedom. Some are just relaxing. They say, let them continue. Once they get it, then we will know what to do. Liberation is not a gift. Nobody is going to liberate you and give it to you as a gift. It is not a gift. It is a choice you have to make within yourself. Make that choice that you want to be free and work towards it. That is the only way to be free. That is the only thing that can guarantee your freedom. Until you understand and know this, you might be wasting your time and playing a very dangerous game. I can see my beloved brother Anderson there on stage. I can also see my beloved brother Greg joining me, and I can see my brother Christian with me on stage. Today, we have strong panelists on the ground, and as always, giving you information on what you need to know. If you have your own contribution to make, feel free to join us on this platform. If you have a superior argument, you must not agree with everything every one of us say. You are entitled to your opinion. Feel free to bring out your opinion. If you have a superior question to ask or a superior argument, just bring it on. We are open to that. The only thing that qualifies you to join us, as I always say, is to be a human being. There's no law that says you must be an IPOB member, or you must be a Biafra, you must be part of the United States of Biafra, or you must be of certain race or certain religion. No. As long as you're human and you care about humanity, you are welcome. And we are open to listen. The only thing we ask is that when you join us, appear in a decent manner and speak in a civil manner so that we can be able to digest your information and respond accordingly. Thank you so much for joining. And we are starting this morning on an open address. Let us hear from our beloved brother, Anderson. Anderson, go ahead and open your mic and speak to us. Let's hear from you. Unmute yourself, Anderson, and speak to us. Let's hear you. Anderson, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Anderson. Let's hear you. Anderson, we cannot hear you. Unmute yourself. You are muted.
Good morning, brothers.
Good morning, my brother Anderson. You're welcome.
Thank you, brothers. I'm always feeling happy and thanking you for this good work you are doing for the Biafrans all over the world. Like I used to say, it is not in the reach of any man to reward you and to reward all the hands that are working tirelessly to see that Biafra is restored and Biafra is free from the shackles of the demonic kingdom called Britain. It is a tedious task, but I know it is only the grace of God at work that is embodying you all to continue in this Herculean task. And none of you shall regret it at the end of it all. I want to be very happy with the topic you have presented. Nobody will, it is not a gift, or rather it's a choice. Freedom is a choice to be made, and nobody is not a gift. Because if you want to put it as a gift, there is nobody that will give you freedom as a gift in this world. If anybody has hijacked on your freedom, that person will never want to let it go. Because letting it go is going to be a setback to the person who is holding your freedom, because your freedom is maybe part of what is sustaining that person's life. I just want to use a very simple analogy. Please, is my voice coming out?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me just use a simple analogy of the traditional system in Biafra land when on apprenticeship. If a man go and gets a new apprentice and brought him into a business field, he will teach him business. From the onset, the Oga will be very happy with the boy, the new apprentice, being a novice to the system. And he will start with the boy and start training him. After 2-3 years, the young boy will start getting information and knowing well about the business. And in the 4th year, no, in the 3 years as a whole, when the master have seen that the young boy is already conversant with the business, he will give him an extension for him to go and manage, to test his prowess. Then the boy will start. And in the agreement book, it's always listed that the boy is going to serve the master for 6 years. Then on the 7th year, he will be freed. He will be free to manage his own business and to be a man on his own. But then, we have noticed, and it has been like that this young man that started on a peaceful note with the master from the beginning, they will continue from the beginning as a happy apprentice and a happy master until the 6 years. When it is now the 6 years for the freedom, then a lot of problem will come in. Because at that point, the master knew it quite well that this young man is about to be freed. Yeah, but when he considers what is making from this young man stay with him for some years, counting to 6 years, he will not want to allow him to go. He will still want to suppress him and keep him under his control. Knowing fully well that this young man is due for freedom, it has gotten to the extent that sometimes it's always by great battle, that an apprentice and his master used to separate. This is a kind of a business relationship, an agreement that started on a very good note, on a peaceful ground, and in a very good mind. Then they will not allow, the master will find it difficult to let the young man free until he becomes what he becomes. But not all of them, some of them who has conscience know that it's a duty that this young man has served me well, and I have to let him go to go and build his own world. Now, this is one thing that is counting in a national freedom. The issue with our own freedom on the national side of it is that we are never giving consent. We do not give consent to what we are suffering as a one entity before now. And we have been forced to enter into a forced marriage that from the onset it has never given us joy. And while this thing was going on, a lot of our people's brain has been damaged. That when you talk about freedom, like you have said it earlier, some will be waiting for somebody to come and give them freedom. Even I wanted to even say something before now, based on what I noticed happening in Burkina Faso and how Donald Trump is going about Ibrahim Traore and how France is working in collaboration with the United States to see if they can silence this young man. It gives me fear. I begin to ask, and what is their fate if this can happen? Because every Biafran believes that Trump is the right man and is a man of conscience that will stand to support us in this quest for our freedom. And I came to realize that really, we must not wait for any individual or anybody to come to our help unless that person willingly decided to do so. Or if we wait for anybody to come for our freedom, there is a world conspiracy, and this Western world are connected with each other and with a plot to make sure that Africa never rise again, so that what they are benefiting from Africa will last till the end of this world, that is till eternity. And I advise that, please, I want to say something in Igbo language. This is what Rufai said during the election that brought about Tinubu. He did not speak it on English, with English language, rather I used Hausa term. But luckily, Biafrans all over the world, any language you speak, we have people that can understand it. And as it is, we understand Hausa language to the core. So in one of the programs, Rufai was telling their followers that when Tinubu was about to come to power, there was never in support of Tinubu. That when the Northern cartel met him, the Northern elite met him and asked him, what is his take on the Tinubu coming from the South to stand as a president of Nigeria? He replied them that Tinubu coming as to contest for the office of president is something good, but he's not in support of it because they are never in good time with Tinubu all these years. And the other group told him that yes, that's they knew quite well that they've never been in a good time, and that was why they came to meet him. They came to meet him so that he would drop all those risks and give support to Tinubu. That alone will help them to achieve their sole agenda. And the sole agenda is to ensure that Nigeria is totally Islamized and that the Fulanis will have their way. Although he told them that they are pretending that they are not having any agenda of Islamizing Nigeria because they are not going to go out there to tell people that this is the agenda they have. But they are working on the plan and it's manifesting. He started telling them that if they will understand what happened during the time he came to power as a governor of Kanu State, and for the first time he came into power, they were believing that he's not going to come win the election, if not until he picked somebody from Satan's area who is a Christian. And he did. But after the first tenure, he tried to just run if really what they're saying is true. He came up with an agenda that he's not going to use a Christian man again in that office. He started working on it while he was in office with the other Christian vice governor in his first tenure. And at the end of the day, he succeeded. Now the same thing also is going to be applicable in this context of the presidency of Tinubu coming to office. That they have a kind of a very good card at hand. And Tinubu coming to office definitely is going to pick a Muslim northerner if really you want to win the election. And at the end of the day, that's what they plan succeeded. Now, please, I want to go back to Igbo language, please.
Go ahead.
Brothers.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I will eventually go back to if only I could know that program, even in that program, how can you be depending on the road to the end? If I could ever can now, sir. So I told me, you don't go. On a hand, where you can, you could maka, if I ain't as old as you came back. Because it's a job that I wouldn't live on this. The money can claim I don't know. I ain't knock at the Kilamu. I don't knock anụmanụ eso na line nọ na-eje ebe ya achapụ isi jiri wee mee ife ịchụ aja makwa n'ife akaja. Anụmanụ si n'obiko na ya dị good. Echeda anyị mara na anyị nwere because ibe n'ifu na-eme anyị si anyị n'aka. Mana anyị mana anyị nwere ụmụ ọjọọ no within us. And it has always been like all the goes as so one. Not everyone know when we so. And when we again not have lived man on the African continent, African soil no can happen that in hey go exist. Because you take the fires of African prominent leaders. In the world Africa no be an nature of Africa unite. Mato one can not happen, I am alone, keep I will knows will I blame the can they marry. You take the lines, I carry more than 20, not charge will much any. And a number of windows can not use up why one on why we didn't know why I can not select in that Jabunda. That can happen on Burkina Faso. Che going to know from 2022 to date. And this young man will good vision for his people. This young man know anybody fully born in Burkina Faso, man, only an African kind of a negritude. A Pan-African. When I see France, no, other France, because if they lose too much, many of us are more than even not just survive. All these things on our parents is beautiful. Now London, UK, one of the Normaka, now Germany, Doma, now Spain, Kaije, don't Spain. Now Kaije, so Western Europe country, Kaije, and they go there. Many of us are more than all these things from not there, and for them, not from African soil, and they make a kind of a plan and make people all the time. From the Berlin Conference of 1884, the Northern already decided that now I am Africa, Migida Africa until and there is no reason you have Africa to me. And it's going to be a kind of a brotherly agenda and support from the Western Europe. Can we keep that hostage till the end of time? From Berlin Conference of 1884, how do I want all this UN, EU, also an national organization, NATO and the rest of them. A united group, a united kind of organization with a common goal, and that common goal that's oppressed in Africa till eternity. Now, I will after that, may family against PMI in November. All of that puts a kind of a shaky in our system. And then the hedge is within our schedule usual. And Masidobiko. I am willing to go my cave and no. We don't ask what I'm not I support or sabotage because in a general sabotage be. When you're supposed to be not the can on here, or come on, an arm robber or a murderer, Emal or none, I can help you. And sabotage be. We're sabotage dangerous. But I'm willing to some of us can was sincere to this struggle. But come on, I know what I feel why. I could tell why on. But this common goal. What I need to know fight this common enemy. And this common enemy, but not and then not they use you. Enemy within. Umunai. I have to go there. These are so-called leaders. If you're governor, I know this political nonsense, this illegitimate politicians, anybody explain tentacles. Cannot happen for a very long time. If I turn up to go for him, what to Magna Bonima, Macachine can because of Karema and Ivan, they block with Wumaka. Mana, no, Macachine can direct my warfare. What to a mad nabo, what to mad bomb or mad tongue? I'm now for the sake of our freedom. Can you name me? Ejo couldn't cause of Kare, you want to go. Yeah, if only with the Hoku, I force one to become part of what we are doing. And by now, I never carry the lies. And my son, because only is you in there, I unite here a common front. Nimo wine, and the Kakwele, come on, and what is agreement, Nimo wine, but one of Saboteur, but I know what is agreement, Nimo wine. Because can we keep men? Actually, I like some of our energy. If I have this common enemy, they know three most trusted guard. They went to Burkina Faso. Can they France infiltrate him to go and get this young man away by Traore? If not, the guy in Wanya and actually can do it. And we get by now. I can know that now. Opa his close allies. If they come from the seat, that France making us back to Burkina Faso. The same most trusted man. Oh, you're not very close to you. You're not event na podium. Now address it. Burkina Faso. This man I will be beside him. What the last one high is you now? You were mad at now. It has always been. What if I no can deal with it? But now, oh, I don't man no. I don't know. When we came at those is here amongst us. But now in a disagreement of maybe a common something in which come on about have a saboteur, but not that disagreement, you know, maybe because of leadership style of anything. I drop all these things because I got together. Now the plan against us, against Africans, the too huge by this indulger. And at the mental get the Biafrans. But choose, I don't really know, I'm going to know every day on daily basis because of another in this country. I'm not going to make any money. Make any Dr. Mojo make an experience. I'm my Yododico. I have every disagreement, every acrimony, any all these differences in line they put you. I am if I only know be in sincerity. I be known together for a common goal. Because to edify you that yes, I is going to drop the rift between him and Tinubu that has existed for a very long time. For them to work for a common goal. And they did. And today, Nigeria is a president, a Muslim, a vice, a Muslim. If I I'm not going to meet judge for a long time. It's so called that the GO, the General Overseas, the international Pentecostal nonsense, they will tell you that it will not work. Now that it has started working, even then they are not doing anything. But we can unite sometimes for the sake of a common goal. When we achieve it, then only will influence a lie. That's what I out. I know my Yodobiko. I got on. Even they made the moment, I don't know, I'm not trying. That's what I mess with this struggle. I want to opportunity. I want to opportunity. Oh, brother, don't take my with it, man. But I don't understand the belay. The no, I don't know, can take it. Anything I do will take progress to this freedom. What can you know? There is something. You can change what doing. But the way you have freedom, it's not a gift. Nobody will give you. It's a choice, and that choice is an ultimate choice that you have to make. Nobody will give you freedom. And this is the time we have to make that ultimate choice and stand for it. It is clear that the whole world is against our freedom. It is clear there's a global conspiracy. The whole world knew what is going on and what we're passing through, but it's an agenda. It's a kind of an agenda that has been planned from the 1884 Berlin conference in Germany, and they continue to implement it and continue to monitor it. They water it, they make it to be fresh in their memory so that what they are taking from African soil will continue, because without that, they cannot survive. It is very clear that many of them are surviving from what they are stealing from African continent. But like you have said in this program this morning, that there are still rights conscious men in the Western world that is not happy with what their people are doing. It is true. But unless we stand to fight our fight, that is when these right conscious men will come in, if they will come in. But for now, we are not hoping on anybody. Our hope and trust is only in God. And I know with God, who has destined this to happen, why I always believe and I know that God is in charge of this. It is just exactly the way it happened in the days of our people, Israelites in Egypt. The Egyptians did not want the Israelites to go. Even the Israelites have been destroyed. That their sense of is not working any longer. They are not even willing to leave Egypt. Why are they suppressed and marginalized and being, taken for an object of caricature? They were comfortable because they don't have enemies. They were being relegated to a very low background. Their thinking damaged, their brain damaged. This is what we are facing. Nigeria has damaged the brain of a lot of Biafrans, not only by political will, not only by economic will, but also even despair that casting. Everyone knows that Nigeria is a demonic enclave. So, but God is about to do something new. And that was why I said last time that the world should look into what the handwriting on the wall and let Biafra go, or else terrible things are about to befall this world. And most especially this so-called world power that felt that they can decide against the will of God. It is not man that fight for Israel, but God fight for Israel. It is not man that fight for Biafra, but God fighting for Biafra. If anybody is wise, let them watch. Most especially among the Biafrans, it is high time enough. Those who are sleeping should wake up and see that letter on the wall, or else they will regret it. Because I know quite well that Biafran freedom is sacrosanct. No man born of a woman that will stop it. For if there is no man that will stop a pregnant woman from giving birth, so it is also in the coming of the freedom of Biafra. But all of us have to work collectively, putting aside any kind of acrimony. Please, I beg, anyone on this show, we have a lot to do, and God will continue to bless you, keeping you and keeping all the hands that are working tirelessly for the freedom of Biafra. And certainly, by the power of God, we're going to celebrate Biafra because it is our right, and nobody will take it away from us. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. You've spoken well, and Biafrans have heard you. But I want to put this forward out there that we are united as in United States of Biafra. There is only one United States of Biafra, and it is not true. If every one of us in the United States of Biafra will be committed and do what we are supposed to do, we will not have any problem. There is never a time everybody will be on the same page. We know that the enemies will always be there, disagreement will always be there, and the confusionists are going to be there. The Judas will always be there. But those of us who are confessing the United States of Biafra, if we all can be busy without distraction and focus on what we are doing, we will definitely succeed. I can bet you that larger number of people are already on board, united and pursuing the United States of Biafra recognition and United States of Biafra complete establishment in Biafra land. We have larger number of people in support of that move. The olive branch is always there for those who want to join us to come on and join us. We cannot all be there at the same time. We know people are going to be coming in and people are going to be going out. This is a process that is normal and constant when it comes to the issue of this kind of one that we are in. There will be in and out, going in and going out. It is something that is normal. You always see it. It always happens. Don't ever think there's a time you'll not see people going out, you see people coming in. And that olive branch is always there for every Biafran, as long as you're from the old southeastern region, the present southeast, lower Kogi, lower Benue. If you're from this region, that olive branch is always there for you to pursue the legitimate freedom of your people through the United States of Biafra, which is the legitimate body that the whole world have known after the declaration on the 29th of November 2024. We are not divided, and there is only one United States of Biafra government open for every Biafran to come in. And already we have the larger number who are on board with the agreement that we have reached, with the referendum conducted. It is evidence. So anybody that is trying to go out of the ship, do not get distracted from the distractions. Don't allow it to happen. Don't get distracted. They will always be there. Jujudas will always be there. There will be going out and coming in of people, but the responsibility of the government is to protect the life and property of Biafran people and leave the olive branch for those who want to join us to go on and join us. In the videos I played when I was starting this program, you have heard the word coming from the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oboreze. She said that we have freedom of association. Freedom of association. Whatever you want to do, you are free to do it, but don't be a distraction to the freedom of the people. Do not be a distraction. If you become a distraction and you stand on the way, on the foundation led by Mazi Simon Ekpa through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you stand on the way of that very mandate, you will go down. That is certain. That is certain. But if you decide to follow another steps, do something else, and continue to go, it's your business. Go ahead. We are not distracted. We are focused. And the only thing that matters to us today is Biafra first. Biafra first. And the collective interest of every one of us, regardless where you belong, who you are supporting, or which tribe you are, which language, which religion you are, our common interest is freedom. Including those who are still confessing the Zoological Republic today, confessing one Nigeria. They all want freedom. But how are they chasing that freedom? Today, the only genuine way to go after that freedom is United States of Biafra. And if you're not there, you are out of it. you are not in line. When you realize your mistake, the olive branch is there for you to come back. But we cannot be able to go back or allow the distraction that is coming from you or anybody to continue to hold us down. We have more than enough people. If those of us who are already in the boat today can do what we are supposed to do, I can bet you that we are good to go. And before you know it, we will be where we are supposed to be. Liberation is not a gift from others. It's a choice to be made within ourselves. Before I will allow my beloved brother Greg to speak, let us give the mic to Akonye Wethere to go ahead and speak to us because of your location. Give us your word, Akonye Wethere, and make it brief so that we can be able to move on. Go ahead, Akonye Wethere. Are you there, Akonye Wethere? Unmute yourself.
Someone like 5 minutes. I'm back, yeah.
Okay. Brother Greg, go on, bro, Greg. Brother Greg, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Good afternoon.
You're welcome, my word.
My people, happy weekend. Good afternoon to Biafrans and all the media. I greet you. I greet our able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is now on the court, knowing fully well that heaven is there with him, with the angels of God. As we pray that the Spirit of God will minister to the court today and possess all his lawyers that will speak today, as the battle will be on our side to win the enemy. That today pronunciation is Nnamdi Kanu is victory. Father, we thank you again for Simon Ekpan, because the victory of Nnamdi Kanu will be the victory of Simon. And we continue the victory until we claim all our land that have been occupied by the enemies. Thank you, Mazi Chus, again for giving me this opportunity, because I know heaven have heard our prayers. Yes, we continue, because I listened to your topic this afternoon. Normally, we always say freedom is not given, freedom is taken. Because Onye Jigeji can never leave you, because he has a reason why he is holding you on the ground. Because he knows that if he tries to give you any opportunity, you run away from him and he can never grab you again. So the Biafrans win the JG, and there is no style, as I always say, for somebody to fight for his freedom, for his liberation. There is no style to fight for freedom. When you go into battle, there is no system to fight for life. When your life is in danger, you use every means you have to make sure that you liberate yourself and your family. That is why Simon Ekpa called it, we are fighting for our freedom, and we are in defense to make sure that our life is not destroyed. Our life has been in danger since Nigeria was amalgamated, since the British come and do whatever they do, abracadabra, to confuse the Africans. And today the Africans are not being free. You know, when you look and think what is happening in Burkina Faso today, there is no other way. There is no other way France and America can reunite again, if not to use Africa to unite. Because when you come to the Ukraine battle, where they are fighting, Ukraine is fighting because he wants to be under NATO. He wants to be part of NATO, and which Russia is against, because America was against Russia when they came to Cuba. and they make sure they drove away anything that concerning Russia in the region of America. And now the NATO, which is a head, which America is the head, is at the door house of Putin. And Putin have been, they say, as I heard, all his life he worked for. There is a secret, this thing, the secret, what do you call it, Soviet Union police that Putin worked for. So every secret about the West, America, every secret about the Europe, about the what do you call it, the NATO, the Soviet Union, and America is in the palm of Putin. So Putin know the West and America so much, even more than most of all these Americans and the what do you call it, and the Europeans knew Russia. So and that is why Putin is standing Gidiban. There is no other person that can stand to fight these Western people in Russia except this Putin. So that is the thing. So, but where they have problem now is, where they are having problem is because Putin has gone to Africa. You know, Africa is a no man's land. Africa was the first cause of World War because Hitler said Germans were driven away from Africa, and the France and the Britain drove them away and occupied Africa. They don't have any share in Africa. They said, then he said he will come down to Europe and make sure that he capture every part of Europe. And then he will go to Africa and he will drive these people away from Africa, and Africa will be their own possession. That was the war, the reason why they fought the Second World War. And now, Putin is a very clever man. So before all these problems with all these things you are hearing, he went and make sure he's more make friend with the North America, not America. He made friend with North Korea. He made friend with China more. And then he now in Africa. And they have gotten 3 African countries. So, and that is why the French is not happy, because they have driven French out. These 3 countries that is French is occupying. And when you understand, you will know that when you come, the West Africa is a stronghold of French in Africa. When you talk about this Burkina Faso, you talk about Guinea, you talk about what do you call it, Niger, then you talk about Cameroon, you talk about Cotonou. These are stronghold for French. These are where they are milking so much. They're not milking anything in North Africa, where they have, where you go to Morocco, where they speak French, where you go to, what do you call it, Niger, Algeria. There is not much they are getting from those people. You see? So where they are sucking everything is in West Africa, mainly West Africa. And we talk about, what do you call it, Central Africa, we talk about Namibia, Senegal. These are the places that British and French is sucking Africa so much. So, and you go to Central Africa, Zaire, Congo, all these places. So now these people are starting to open eye, even accepting more Russia. So French is trying to use Africa to get Trump to understand that if they allow Russia to succeed in Ukraine, and already Russia is getting some part of Africa, that is, they are going to have problem. But their problem is they don't understand that even the Africans themselves have rejected the West on their own. So that is what they don't even understand. So these protests that is going on every part of the world against their plan against what do you call the president of Ibrahim Traoré is an eye-opener to every African and to them as well as the Europeans. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, one of our brother was talking about we cannot trust these people. For me, that have been here for some time now, I have no single trust for them. Not even one. I'm telling you the fact. So that is why it's paining me that some of the African countries are still doomed. And the higher what is still keeping the West in Africa today, the stronghold of the West in Africa today is Nigeria and South Africa and Ghana. So once they're able to, these very people are able to set their self free from the West. West have no other option. That is why, if I can say, if I were America, they have no option to support the cause of Biafra. Because if the America in anyhow ventures to deny the support of the Africans, especially the Biafra, I'm telling you the truth, they will have problem. They have problem. So they have no option than to support the Biafra cause. Or you know that they're going to use the Africa to reconcile problem in Ukraine, and what you will be seeing is there might be knocking third world war knocking on everybody's window. Go and mark it, because as the way what I'm sensing is they will use Africa to unite and fight Russia to make sure they remove Russia from Ukraine and remove Russia from Africa, and that will not happen because the Africans are not ready to follow these people against their will. And the only option America will have is to make sure do everything they will do today to make sure Biafra come faster. Otherwise, they will have problem. So in another way, again, when one of our brother was talking about unification, I'm happy for what the answer you gave to this our brother Allison. You know, every time we talk about unification, that is good. There's nobody that hates his brother. Nobody will hate his mother. Nobody will hate his father or his son. Except if that your son or your brother is doing something that is evil. Then you give him space. You give him chance. You have to put a demarcation between you and him. It's just like the program that is coming up at the end of this May in America, Washington. They put there reconciliation. Reconciliation. Who are you going to reconcile with? You are going to reconcile with your brother Biafra, who have not understood what have been going on, who have been getting things wrong, who have been following the wrong hand, who have been fighting his freedom for no cause. So those ones who realize that maybe where they are standing is wrong, they are free to come. The government of Biafra is always, their arms is always very open to accept their family. Nobody can remove his family that is repented. That is the one thing. Because if somebody is trying to unite together, that is the perfect thing. But how can you unite with those ones that intentionally want to make sure that the things that the government has suffered for long, things that Nnamdi has suffered for long, things that Simon has suffered for so long, they doesn't want those things to work. Those one that intentionally doesn't want to be disciplined in whatever we are doing, those one that intentionally want to make sure that they work for the benefit of Nigerian government, those one that does not see any reason why Biafra should come, Those ones that have sold already their conscience, how do you reconcile with those people? And by their actions, you will know. So, but if somebody repent and say, I'm sorry, that is where I used to get problem with when people talk about repentance and forgiveness. I read this Bible as well, and I understand what Christ preached there. When they asked him, how many times will my brother offend me and I will forgive him? He says 777 times he will forgive you. And each time he come and say, I am sorry, I have realized my mistake, you have to forgive him. But how can you forgive somebody who have not realized his mistake? How can you forgive somebody who intentionally fighting against you without stopping? How can you forgive somebody who is looking for your life? So that those people are the one that the enemy have bought their soul. Those things, those ones who nobody talk about their forgiveness. It is only justice that will judge those particular ones. The government of Biafra, the law of the Biafra will judge them to know what they did and if those things they did, if they were right and their intention for doing them, for doing those things. So that is where I see unification coming. So it is the right of every Biafran as a son and son of Biafra to rise and fight for his freedom. If you do not agree with Dr. Ngozi Arabeza and Biafra government, rise and fight it the way you think, but don't distract her. Don't go and fight somebody who doesn't fight you. Don't go and destroy what we are doing with lies and propaganda. Don't go and start formulating lies or accusing the government wrongly. Don't go and start inciting hatred between brothers and sisters. Don't go and start inciting hatred between the military and the armies that are defending for us in our land. These are the hands of the enemy, and these prove that those people who are doing it are not fighting for freedom, but rather they have come to destroy. They are the enemies that have come to steal and to destroy what we are doing. But thanks be to God that the Biafrans are wise enough to stand up against what they are doing. Look at Nnamdi Kanu today that have been in DSS for nearly 5 years today. And some people are still using him as a propaganda. Some people are still using Nnamdi Kanu suffering in the jail, not understanding what the man is, what kept him there. I watched Wazirike the other day on what he was talking. If Wazirike all these years have kept quiet and come out once in a while and speak as a statesman for coming of Biafra, even though he's no more fighting for Biafra, wouldn't it have been more better than some of the time he will come and he fight against what we are doing? Sometimes he will come and fight against the freedom. Sometimes he will come and accuse and lie against Simon Ekpa or Nnamdi Kanu, and then he will come in, he's a freedom fighter. He's not a freedom fighter. He has been corrupt and is continue corrupting the mind of other people. So these are the things we are talking about. If you know that you are tired, if you know you have nothing anymore to offer, if you know that you are tired of speaking out, if you know you are tired of contributing anyhow, why not keep quiet and destroying every plan that the government and people who put their life on the forefront are doing, and instead you're attacking those things? You are an evil person and you cannot be trusted. And such a people are not the people we are talking about united with. The people we are talking about united people are those who did not understand the plan and where the government have been going. So if you realize and you want to understand, you will still want to work with the government. The arms of the government is open for you. I'm not in the government. I'm not in the forefront of the battle, but I am just understanding, helping the little way I can to speak for the people who are on the forefront, who have given their life for this struggle. And I cannot keep quiet and somebody will be destroying it. So that is why we come here every day talking to Biafrans. Come up in anyhow you come, unite in anywhere you come, help the government and stop destroying. Do not weaken the mind of those people who are fighting. Do not be telling people these people are just wasting their time. Do not continue pulling people down when they want to carry on what they are doing. You have to come out and stop supporting Nnamdi Kanu in any how you can, because he's not enjoying staying in one place in his dungeon and doing nothing, suffering in that place. And somebody will be somewhere, and when he comes, he say, "What about Nnamdi Kanu? What have you been doing? What about Simon Ekpa? Where is him today?" So, trying to spoil what people are doing. These people are not Biafrans. Those people are those people who want to say the Israelis back, and the land swallows them because they give negative report against the will of God. So it will happen to some of them like that. I continue to call on people who are real, who want to be free, to come up every time at any time to support what the Biafrans are doing. Thank you, Mazi. Let me stay on the side and listen.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. I hope the Biafrans have heard your voice. Thank my beloved brother Christian for his wonderful support. My beloved brother Christian, I thank you so much for that super sticker. Appreciate you for your constant support to the platform. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, my beloved brother.
Mazi, morning, morning, Mazi. Yeah, morning to, I think it's coming to like 12 o'clock now where I am. And my greetings goes to everyone in the platform. So I've been struggling all this while, again, by my this thing, they don't let me in. And they just kick me out. All this while for like the whole of the week from Monday. So I asking for password, and the same password, reject it, and I've been trying to create another one. Then I went back to super chat, and he said no super sticker, and it's just crazy. I don't know why. I don't do anything. No, everything I do is the normal thing that everybody does. It's nothing extraordinary. So,
my brother Christian,
it
has been like that. It has been like that with his new system. When you enter, he will first bring you. I just noticed it. He will first bring you and say, if you allow mic. When you allow the mic, then he will bring you again. If you allow the camera, he say yes.
But for me,
if you don't set it, when you come another 2 minutes, we take you away.
Yeah, but for me, to be honest with you, even from the time of the Van and the rest of them, I've been getting this problem, trying to create a new avenue and stuff like that. But we just keep, exploiting, and we can't be retired because of all this. But like I said, there's nothing special that I do, just the same way. But like I said, since on Monday, because what I was more like primarily concerned about is this trial of Onyendumaz and Nnamdi Kanu, So I don't know if you must have probably have, dealt with that issue. Because before the commencement, first, they knocked it down, they knocked it off, that the witness or witnesses from the government, they cannot come in with veil, like, how is it called, mask, sort of, Then on the very day of the trial, they said that they've been given permission to bring in people covered in masks. So I begin to, so now I'm like, okay, but how even legally, how is that possible that for a high profile case like this, that, okay, and again, when I look at the background of the solicitors, should I say our solicitors now, because the case of Nnamdi Kanu versus the zoo, Nigeria, it's not just Nnamdi Kanu versus Nigeria, it's Biafrans versus Nigeria, because Nnamdi Kanu represents the hope and aspiration of over 70 to 80 million people. Therefore, he's not just there alone, even though physically he is there with the solicitor, but he carries the hope of a nation, right? Now, for the government to say, because I heard that their excuse for allowing in masked people to come and testify is for, according to them, security concern, right? Now, I said to myself, the Nigerian government versus Biafra, that is what it is. People may not see it that way, but that is basically, Nnamdi Kanu is not there on his own or for himself. No, if he was, he would be out long ago. No, so if the government say that for safety of the witnesses, that doesn't even make any sense, because the government, any government at all, any government has the capacity to protect their own witness. They have the capacity as a government. We've seen it done all over other countries, all over the world, where you provide special security for the witnesses that you have, because if not, then obviously your witnesses, they lack credibility. How are you going to bring people to stand against Biafrans, against us, when you are witnesses? We don't know who they are. If you bring in unknown gunmen, jihadis, Fulani, whatever, cover them and they come and that doesn't work, because you must know who it is. How does it come about? So if you say you are afraid for their concern for their safety, then you as a government have the responsibility and you have the possibility, the power to protect them, provide them with security. That is how it's done all over the world. But if you are bringing somebody who probably is mischievous or who has a personal whatever it is against Nnamdi Kanu, against our struggle for freedom, then obviously I don't think that there's no merit in it. But why the Aloy Ejimakor? Because Aloy Ejimakor is somebody, at least for one, I know how credible. He's a learned, he's a great lawyer of international repute. Aloy Ejimakor, he's well read. So maybe, but then I say, okay, maybe there's something they know that we don't know. Or you, Brad, choose, because maybe there's anything you people have had. Because in my judgment, I think it's so wrong for them to have allowed it. But again, if there's a reason why they allowed it, well, so then it's okay with me. But I also know that from what I've heard, that in a couple of weeks from now, maybe in this May or towards end of it, whatever, at least this whole thing should be able to come to an end. If it's a judgment, whatever it is they feel like they can come to, let them come to it, so that let's know where things stand. Because you can't just keep holding somebody, indefinitely. Just be holding somebody with no... It just doesn't make sense. So if they finish up these things, linger for so long, so that let's see what happens. But anyhow, it doesn't really matter, because whether they continue to hold him or not, it's not going to stop the movement. Nothing is going to stop it. And then Nnamdi Kanu has continuously continued to say that he has continued to demonstrate that he's uncompromising. He can never compromise. He has continued to demonstrate steadfastness no matter what they do. And they've done everything, by the way. The Nigerian government has done everything, and he's not going to budge, because he knows what he wants, and his people are behind him 100%. So that is, and I think it's also today, they are in it, even as we speak. Probably something is going on. So let's just... we can do both. We can do the various things, because if you look at the whole thing as it is, it's more like a departmental struggle, more or less, because Nnamdi Kanu being inside is a struggle, a part of it in his own way, and PM Samuel also being held by the Finnish government unnecessarily, uselessly, is also another struggle on its own part. And the USB doing what they are doing, moving forward, is another department. So it's all just going to work out eventually, because I know without a doubt that we'll be free eventually. We get our freedom. That you can be rest assured. But we also have to continue to make effort, just like your topic says, right? We have to continue. No matter how little, no matter whatever contribution you can make, if it's, just promoting the movement, making it go global, every way possible. Just keep doing what you're doing. So that is the situation for now, my brother. Thank you so much, Mazi. Choose.
Thank you so much, my brother Christian, for your contribution. You have spoken well, and while you were asking your question, you equally answered the question, and that answer you gave is just what it is. There is no mathematics or nothing to think about or something anyone knows that we all don't know. You have just answered the question. The reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case proceeds against all these odd things they have done, all the hooded person and all the trial with a hooded man and trial even when he's not supposed to be tried. The only reason that we all know that you have just answered equally is that they have used that as an excuse to continue to detain Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for as long as they can. For the past 10 years, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the reason why that case has not been talked about, it is 10 years now, almost 10 years and still counting, from 2015. The reason why they could not be able to handle that case or talk about it is because of this hooded person, to use somebody who is covered to testify. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu objected to that.
Oh, are you saying for the past
from
10 years?
The past 10 years, from the first time when they kidnapped him, when they arrested him in Lagos, 2015, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have always said it that nobody will come to testify in his case covered. If you want to testify, come out openly and testify.
Exactly. That is the normal thing.
The government refused. And they have used that as part of the excuse to continue to prolong the case. Just like they are still doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not supposed to be tried in any court in Nigeria.
At all.
Court have said it that no court in Nigeria has the right to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until they explain the situation surrounding his kidnap from Kenya and the extraordinary rendition. That you cannot stand on illegality and you'll be talking about legality. That one only have cancelled the case. These two items is what Nigerian government have been holding on to, and each time they come on court, our lawyers will refuse that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be tried. And because of that, the case will be adjourned. For the past 10 years, these are the excuses they are using to continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi, and they can continue to do it for as many years as possible.
Okay.
I believe that is why the lawyers have come to conclusion. By the way, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent.
Yeah.
And there's nothing they can prove against him. So instead of giving the government that opportunity to continue to prolong and continue to
right, so they gave in.
Let the case be heard.
Okay.
And that is why the case is being heard. For us Biafrans, we are not this. That is why I did not use it as a headline today. Because we already know what is going to be the outcome. We already know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. The freedom of the Biafran people is not in the hand of one man.
Yeah.
If they think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, without him, Biafra will not come, Mazi Simon Ekpa have proved them wrong. And if they think by silencing Mazi Simon Ekpa, Biafra will not come, Dr. Ngozi Orebeze have proved them wrong.
Yeah.
And the same way, every one of us will continue to prove them wrong. And that is why we are here today. So, thank you so much, my beloved brother. We have dealt on that before, and we are still open to talk, as today is also the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Meanwhile, the topic we still go into it. Liberation is not a gift from others. It is a choice to be made within ourselves. And that choice is what we have just made today. So let's hear from our brother Akonye Wethere.
Mazi, sorry, let me just quickly say, well, you clarifies it now because, so obviously it's like they said, okay, instead of continue to give them the ammunition, like the government to continue to give them a reason for this stonewalling, let them just go ahead because in the first place, there's no case to answer. He hasn't done anything wrong. And that's a fact. And even given the fact that it's like the government is trying to benefit from their own illegality. So, okay, that's good. Let's just get it over with. Let them do it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my brother. Go ahead, Akonye Wethere.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon from my end.
You're welcome.
To add to what Uncle Christian just said, The lead counsel now is San Agabi. He told the federal government that if he will permit a hooded testifier to come, that they will grant the favor to the government. But when they will ask federal government to grant them the favor of releasing Nnamdi on bail, that they should not come with any reasons. So it's a bet. They betted the hooded this thing.
And they agreed. The government agrees.
Government agreed now, but they allowed Nnamdi to see the person. They say for security reasons, but they allowed Nnamdi to see the person that is going to testify.
Yes, are you kidding me?
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. That Nnamdi Kanu know who the person that is on man. Yes.
Oh, super, super.
Yeah, he knows.
Okay.
You see, that is the game they are playing there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knowing who comes to testify doesn't have it doesn't mean anything for us.
Mm-hmm.
The most important thing, if you, as they are making a media trial, present the name of the person and put the person, let everybody see.
I think it's okay, like for that security reason. But as far as the defendant who is standing there physically, even though it's representing the whole Biafra, know who with the witness is. It's very important.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
The only thing I see there, is that the government is using that as a delay of the case and they can. It's been more than 10 years. This issue of hidden has been from 2015.
Choose.
And that was why the case was not proceeded.
When they talk about this someone who will testify. What would that person come and testify? He will really come and testify that someone Nnamdi can buy gun and give him a hand to go and kill people. So what would
he did not testify on anything now? When you testify, you testify the laptop for
Let's calm down. Akonye with it. Take your time.
Oh, when he testify, Gara. He testify the Bulaha put the laptop has in 2015 that they impounded from Nnamdi. So put a laptop, my phone, to check his own phone, version of phone, I'll use it then. And those show some cut and join from his preaching.
It's a DSS member. Go ahead.
DSS, there's no substantial something not testifying. All just hope with all those things. No, here na patara. Ozobel Nnamdi Jihafia Haji Maria online. Buko hotel. No Jaffi boya. Ozobu na I will put a cerebral. Nnamdi John ha. To the public, to the world, and everybody know that. So that one Abu didn't have. Okay, man, 2 days before the first hearing, which is on second, was on 29th. The powerless from Ghana, the Nigeria should not try. They should not carry on with the trial. That Nnamdi has to try. He had a lawyer, Jimako. Amam Kunusa track. How did DOS la work where when car something and the rest of them. So they are being the one behind this. Before this trial, when Nnamdi there are this Agabi, the former CJN of Nigeria from Abia State. That's Agabi. So from all those, so the only thing Buna Ekolonia Balamuma, Ekolonia Kembu. Often I hear would have made politics they come through the other time. How release Nnamdi because he release Nnamdi with something so like up now position on the DOS Oga crush here. Kahale send up or Pobusi and Oga Pobusi. So I crush here as a wise man obu. Position on them Kela Kosa see here Simon Umereta. Oga crush here. Because I know he will do like Buhari. He's for nobody. He's for no one and he's for everybody. He will be for in the quest I know in India. He's for no group.
Withdraw that word.
Okay, you as in I want to borrow the Buhari word. I say I am for nobody and I am from everyone. So up a group attached. So that is only victory. Those are part of the victory again. But let's move down to your topic today. I'll keep on thanking you. The only thing I tell you now, Uno de Power, na envoy from US, but I meet him yet Nigeria. I'm through the news.
Envoy from who?
Of course, we saw it.
From United States.
I did the program here.
Oh,
okay. So ndị si na Trump ga-enye ha na US ga-enye ha nwere onwe ka unu fụkwa game ala akụ and ihe na-eme na Burkina Faso.
No, but
okwu ga-ekwu today the brief. Ọ ga-adịkwa ka okwu kwuru last time m kwuru okwu.
Sorry to cut you off, brother. Because when I on all everything I've said, I've never even seen anybody who said no Trump Kenya. No. Nobody does that. Nobody's going to give you your freedom. You are just gonna have to work for it. Then somewhere along the line, you might have sympathizers, you might have supporters here and there. So what on your okay. Now, okay, sorry, just carry on. I want you to know that.
West ga-enye anyị freedom. Mgbe Simon na-ekwu okwu ka m take it upon myself is research as in try to know more about Finland. And onye ọbụla nọ na all the parliamentarians today ga-be a witness na Finland ime Simon arrest. Many of us today ka dey surprised na Finland ga-eme ya. So that would draw me to the point m ga-esi. Ndị be anyị chọpụta ha ama the calculation. The first speaker talks about Berlin Conference, where the West, the Europe, all of them gather together. We move value from gold to dollar. We carry Africa. Oh, the same thing I made the entirety of Africa behind in mind. Remember what Nnamdi could. Now, Biafra got the freedom. The last miracle. And now I got the freedom of the entirety of Africa. Simon repeated the same thing before Hamuria. But one thing I know, Abu is graduate. And it does not even take you being through the 4 walls of university to know something that is real, to be inundated with the reality of things. The Pharaoh that know not Israel, the leaders that will form the Pharaoh that know not Israel, in no distant time they will gather in the West and they will start dealing with those Africans, those our brothers that are head bent in ensuring that we did not make our freedom a reality on time. When it comes, as it did happen in the story in the Bible, the Israelites deemed it fit to leave Egypt. That is number one thing that will happen, that will make our people to start reasoning normal, to know that the West will not give us anything. When the M16 and M13 in Congo last few months ago tried to do their revolution, West rally around, but everybody make sure na ha kwelere ya. Onye ga-agwa mu game ha gbara ebe ahụ. Onye ga-ekwu ya. Macron, hancha niile chọrọ ka ha jide Africa. There are some extracts of what their brothers said. Let us keep Africa like this, because the day Africa open their eyes, West will start dwindling. That one about fact, Uncle Greg Lekoku, Morocco or have African indigenous. Morocco and Algeria have Africa. I want to have West Canal, Ebuwara, cut to Middle East, cut to Nyaha. They were part of Middle East, though Middle East before Africa. So, him wale kubo, undi ba ya lano ya. Ade ba ikuya kama da suna lekele chooks. Onwe any other platform apart from choose and go 247. Mfuru le ku okuye gbasara nwere onwe anu de kwesiri ikwu ya. On the la kwasiri ma ndi nke kwunye dịrị USB government la kwasiri. Sọsọ chooks ma mgbe saga bidoro chooks ada agbasaga. Ole anyị nwa dịra la platform ya bụ ndị la de ekwute dịrị okwu saga. Even ekwuti ọ ga-etinye ya ọnụ. Ndị nke la-achị anyị achị, assistants they have the legitimate governor. Let me say it. They know they are bad. Now, how they go Akash go in between. How no in between Nigeria and us. Now we that say that we want to move away from the injustices in Nigeria. I didn't worse than them. How do you want them to come? Evidence is not far. When Nnamdi was speaking, ụfọdụ ndị be ha nọ na politiks ọkwa ịkpọ ha sị gị ihe Nnamdi na-ekwu mbere eziokwu mana ebe a ka anyị si eri onye ka lekwuye na ọkwa kịta ka a na-ere nu Supreme Simon ka nọ around those who Senate tụrụ votu ka erelizie ha ga-ekwu ya who born them because ha kwuo ya Simon ga-apụta nye ọda na ha latakwana be ha again. But today ndị be anyị juru laakụ asịrị just laakụ asịrị laakụ yawu na-etila Biafra bụ spirit. A ga-anakwala ekele Maria ndị West ejupụtala Gracia. Mmechi okwu m mana ndị na-agụ Baịbụl ma ndị nke kwerela Jesus Christ sịrịla Chukwu la-abịa. Permit me to say it. Onweghị Chukwu la-abịa. Chukwu ga-abịa that 7 years of Armageddon ha kwuru 3.5 years anwa. Ọ bụ na ha egbughị Traore and ha ga-egbu ya because mistake agadi nwaanyị ada ndụ gburu lab. Egbugo Thomas Sankara, gbuo Gaddafi, gbuo ndị niile egbusiri. Now, Burkina Faso, the Burkina base, as it stands today, and that Abuja of Onyele Kwoku, Yele Kwoku for 3 persons now. And it's over 2 years, these 3 persons are together. Every day by day, their unity are the more strong. So, to me, with my own calculation, they will not get to him. When Traore continue on this, the end Hale Kwoku Gabia. Because all continue, more francophone Africans got join her either by queue or like their leaders decide they pull along. Then Annapolis West, Jerry. Because he will be France from Jerry. Okay, France le go le rebendozo. It will be Zia. It will be that revolution gave those la western part. On back at West Gay, show those weapon halaru. Echen ha ji alụ ọgụ mgbe aka ha ga-ama na war of Armageddon ahụ ndị pastọ ji deceive onye ọbụla lọ ndị West ga-abịa. Ọ bụ na Burkina continue when he will cut all the ties, cut onye niile ha na-enweta cheap and their place will start to dilapidate because mgbe aka their season dey face ihe anyị nwale face l'Africa. Then our people n'ebe a sị na ha na-eme enjoy freedom. Ma ndị na-eti mkpu today woto as if no go down today no nwere ofu onye ga-afụ ha ncha niile will shut down their platform. So the Pharaoh that know not Israel will pursue them. They will come and join Africans to fight. If they kill Burkina Faso, me, like Woku, I will fight for Burkina Faso. You know, I do say we should not be talking about Fulani, my system. Burkina base, if you get to Burkina Faso, how can you understand Ibrahim Traore no nwe obo Muslim kedu e mo ja pa ko si apa agba kedu e mo no wote Islam debe ekwubugo me ala platform no bu dị na nwa bu kele bu ga nọkata change jekwa na any of the religion both Judaism or Christianity or Muslim ndị West wetara anyị m ga-ejele je soro ndị lakisi ala because ha nwa bụ ndị water the reality of things. Boko Haram now from ihe US le na France le na Burkina Faso now. You can say that Boko Haram saying that Western education had the wrong through their own belief. Since in the Bible, Barakuko, Kedi Akuko Hagu Baranu, they Kakura Gula Sobobo, Ibo Jesu and Yori. And then catching a table governor, Hana Tego Kamage, Diaro, how would you name politics? My brothers and sisters, Okumu today, Rona Hangale Kuya. When the Leshele release Nnamdi and what they hear. When the Leshela release Simon and what they hear. Unrocky Laro. Mbosi go onwe gị nwara the meaning of okwu nwere onwe ile ekwu. Mbosi aka nwere onwe anyị ga-abịa. Because ịma ha na the meaning of okwu nwere onwe ile ekwu, ị ga-enwezi any excuse ị sabotage nwanne gị. Nwanne gị megodi gị ihe ọjọọ. Because this group of Ogenkere and the rest of them, enweghị ihe le push ya na-abụ na ha chọrọ ka ngozi tia ha. Na ọ bụrụ na the scheme of things na nwaanyị ekwesịghị ichi ha. Akụkọ aja mbeleka ha na-akọ niile enwe nke hoduru wọta allegation niile ha bụrụ ngozi enwebe any substantial evidence ha wetere gosi ka onye nwere rational reasoning in his own life. Mgbe ọsọ ọbụla ndị be anyị ghọtara then sabo ala. And my last message again to Dr. Ngozi, every day m kwuru okwu m ga-ekwu ya. Onye gị na ya ga-arụ ọrụ bụkwara onye bịara na Europe n'osi n'ụzọ esi abịa Europe bịa. And ya nwekwara ihe ọ larụ ma ọ bụ na ịchọ ka asịkpuo gị langa ka asị sikpuo Simon. Onye na-enwe ha aka ọrụ ewekwenya ka gị na ya rụọ ọrụ. Ma ịchọkwa sanitize the system onye bịa tụrụ adụro na-enweghị aka ọrụ enwekwana ya n'ọrụ because mọsọ ọbụla ọ fụrụ 1 million or onwe dịka $1,000 ya apụ ọkụ eribe ịchọkwa ahụ ka ị last ya bụkwara pride ahịhịa ka nna ya gị because ọ bụrụ na ịbụ nwoke mgba nkịtị bọta ịbụ nwaanyị adị mụtara ụmụ ịchọkwa ahụ ịnọdụ titi any of our leaders alụkwute gị onye ọbụla bịara Europe na ụzọ ajụbọ ka ọ bịachara ọgbahọ mbọ nweta akwụkwọ ka o nwetachara akwụkwọ nwe ihe ọ na-arụ aṅụkọla nwa nwee ya n'ọrụ ka gị na ya rụọ ọ ga-ere gị echi labịa abịa ọ ga-ere gị tupu oge na ha si suo Simon imi and ka ị na-eme gbadokwa ha anya marakwa na West they are not for you unu nọkwa na US na late they are not for you because ndị Igbo sịrị na ọnụ na-eri eri kama ọ ya akwụsị iri nkele eribere akwụsị eri nachacha. That is the game West are playing with Africans. But my joy is that in time to come, that war of Armageddon will come. I pray that Ibrahim Traore, Mali, and Niger, Chad, France, when this critical mass will come together, me, then I will join their soldier to chase the West. And in Britain, it won't be long. They will porridge Hassavrani to get to them. Let them keep dilly-dallying with Ukraine. When Russia will hit them hard. The only thing that will stop this thing that is brewing now, Bonahabu Zelensky, or Nahawepuria, or Nahawepuria, or La Quarry one will jump all out. When the time Russia will strike them. Hamagan and North Korea is not happy with the West. Russia too is not happy with the West. All the Arab nations, they are not happy with the West. They will team up, they will bombard them, then their eye will clear. So that is the little thing I will say. Ndị be anyị onye ọbụla bịara okwu nwere onwe were aka gị after ka ị nụtara ihe okwu Chiefs na-ekwu ebe a the Christian na-ekwu anti anyị bụ Miss Doreen na-ekwu were ya as a starting point for you to go and make your own research. Relax it with whatever we say. It will give you a right footing. You might be no. Egaha ko yawu yawu. Egaha abonye puta here say onya akwu esori ya. Etini ni joy na soro onya. That is the only thing nga yo. Ogum no du. Disi can do.
Ndewo akanyo wetere okwu bia maka ndewo.
Thank you so much, my brother Akonyo Wetere. You have spoken well. I appreciate you for your constant effort.
What do you do?
And supporting, even in the difficult time, you are always coming up. May Chukwu continue to guide you and protect you. So our fellow Biafrans, we have had our topic we are discussing. Liberation is not a gift from others. It is a choice to be made within ourselves. We must rise up and the time is now. There's something I want to say before we proceed. When it comes to the issue of faith, it is according to individual decision. What you want to believe, what you want to do. In as much as we have seen that to manipulate human being, it is easier for people to go through faith. But in the actual sense, the problem is not what you believe or what you are, what the faith you profess or whatever. But that is the tools, common tools that they use to manipulate everyone of us. That is why we must mind whom we are listening to, wherever you belong, whichever faith you confess. Mind the person you are listening to. You can see our brother is facing challenge in Ivory Coast today. The people that are in the forefront of attacking him and they are using are people of his faith. He has even come to testify that it is people of his faith that they are using to put forward to be able to take over. The West have understood this very thing very well. When it comes to Africans, we are very spiritual people. Maybe on the negative side, on the positive side. But when it comes to spirituality, a black man will go into it with his head, with his blood and his soul. And they are using that to manipulate people. Mind who you are listening to. It is not our duty as a government to direct you which faith you confess or whatever you want to believe in. It is your own decision to make. But try as much as possible to mind the people you listen to. As we proceed, let us hear from our beloved sister Ojugo. Go ahead and speak to us, our beloved sister Ojugo.
Good morning, my brothers in the house. And My wonderful Biafrans on the comment section, listening to this wonderful, to our wonderful brother, Brochus. The spirit and the grace of God will never leave you, because as I prayed for you, I pray for Ugo 247, because these two people has been standing the star. It means a lot. It means a lot. I'm gonna go straight to the point. When I listened to Ibrahim's speech, he said he is not fighting for religion. Religion aside, and that's what I'm saying now. We are not fighting for religion.
Yes.
We are fighting for life. We are fighting to survive. We are fighting to be free, not modernized freedom, not fake freedom, not adulterated freedom. No, to be free, totally free. Religion by the side. Religion by the side. We're not fighting for religion. If this country, United States of America, was fighting for religion, they would not be where they are today. These white people, they brought this religion. This not religion, the Christianity that is devouring all of us. So if they were really following this particular part of religion they brought to us, their country will not be where they are. If the Israel that will always say, God of Israel, come and save us, if they were calling on their God without their armor, they will all perish. So, religion aside, we are fighting for life. We are fighting for a gift God, on His infinite mercy, gave to us. God created everybody. I'm going through the Bible that these people brought to us. In His infinite mercy, created everything. That's what we believe. And now He gave us these resources for our life, for us to take care of our life, for us to use it and be co-creators of Him. Because that's what He said. Go and be my co-creators. He gave us all these resources. And then I'm asking those who brought this book for us, did you read that part of the Bible at all? Why don't you allow we to use our resources and be a co-creators of God? Why? Why do we have to be subjugated? And truly, let me tell you, when we talk about Africa, they are only focusing on the black skin part of Africa. Do you remember Egypt is African country? I don't think they manipulate them the way they do in this black race of Africa. There are so many other African countries. Why are they focusing more? Because black life does not matter. I will majority open there. So, if we don't put religion by the side, for example, Biden the president, the former president of the United States, Biden, is a Catholic, pure Catholic, received communion. If we remember when his own case came up about abortion and gay, which he supported so much. There was a fight, a letter written to the late Pope. Why is he receiving communion? Because he's against Catholic faith. You know, it was all about politics. So, Biden still was allowed to receive communion throughout his tenure. So it's not about religion. Even my current President Trump now, he fights as a Christian. And there are so many things he is putting to stop as a Christian. But you still see that people still think that he has no compassion because of the way he's fighting the immigrant. So it's not about religion here. So we need to know, what do we want? Do we really want freedom? Do we really want our life? Because it's a fight for life, fight to survive. So I don't see why we cannot stand Gidibam with one single man. Oh, the youth of this time, eh? Oh my God, God bless all of you. I'm looking at that man, Abraham. I'm looking at Simon Abraham. I'm looking at Mazi Nnamdi. I'm looking at that young man, Marvelous. That's another Simon Ekpa there. No fear. And give me joy. I'm looking at Mazi Chooks. I'm looking at 247. When they come out to talk, you see, people that understand what they want, that understand what they're looking for, that really understand what it means to be free. It's not just these people I mentioned. There are a lot of us here that really know what we want. And that's why Dr. Ngozi Rabeze is calling, put up a program, this is for every Biafra, for everybody, Biafra or no Biafra, come together, African country. If you are not a, but come and support, show that solidarity, identify with us with your own flag. That's what it's called. Come on. Ghanaian, Mali, wherever, that they come with your flag to show that solidarity. The way every country is showing solidarity with Burkina Faso right now. That's what we want. Like I heard my brother that said, it looks like we're going again for another world war. Because this one is going to be the NATO people or whatever they call themselves, or European people, whatever they call themselves, against African people. Because, let me tell you, if they don't smell our resources, they will go down. They are fighting for life. They are fighting to survive. And they're ready to match anybody on the head to go to get what they want. Would you allow yourself to be matched on the head? Does your life really matter? If your life matters, stand up. Maybe before you didn't understand it really good. Maybe during Nnamdi you were not really getting it. Maybe during Simon you were not really getting it. Now we have that guy Ibrahim. Now we have Dr. Ngozi Rabeze. We have all these things that really, really, sincerity of heart, fighting for freedom. Come and be part of it. It's May 30th. Come and be part of it. Let's show the world that we are one. This is the United States of Africa. It's the United States of America. So it's gonna be a big event. It's gonna be something special. So, my brother, my sisters, wherever you are listening, we are fighting to survive. That's all. We are fighting to live. We didn't come here for religion. Now, it's when you survive, you start talking about religion. Or onye dị ndụ na-ekwu okwu religion. Onye dị enyi o wee nwee ike kwuo hallelujah. Onye ọgọ na-agọ na-ekwu hallelujah. No. So, I will keep it here for now, but we should need to go home, reflect on our life. Being in modernized slavery, is that better for us or total freedom? Thank you.
Thank you so much, our beloved sister Ojugo. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for that wonderful speech and the voice of a mother. Very important in what we are doing. Sometimes when we men speak, and how some people might not be able to digest what we are saying, that is why we urge our mothers to also join us. Everybody should put their hand on deck to speak so that the world can hear us and hear us clear. We will never allow them to tell our story. We will continue to tell our story, and we'll tell it exactly the way it is, the truth and nothing but the truth, because we will not leave this story in the hand of the enemy. They will never tell it to our own advantage. We must not lose our guard. I can see my beloved brother Maxwell. My beloved brother Maxwell, go on, take the mic and speak to Biafrans. Let's hear you.
Thank you so much, Mazi. I was not able to join you yesterday. It's quite a pity because your program is a everyday tonic to me. If I don't appear here, it's as if I am in the dark. But thank God that I'm able to make it today. Good morning to you. Good morning to my Nemoche and my Namoches that are here. And Mazi Caleb. Only him with So thank you. I salute each and every one of you for the great job that you are doing. People say mini doronite or dorowanketa, and that pot, that water in the pot that is sitting down at the center of the house or the compound is for the dog. Whether the dog goes anywhere, come back, they will still go to that pot and drink. That is the situation that we find ourselves. This struggle, this fight for freedom, the fight for the liberation of the entire Biafran soil, everything in it is in our hands, and nobody is going to do it. It's like you are shadow. Your freedom is like you are shadow. You cannot run away from it. I cannot run away from my shadow. Likewise, your shadow is there as you run, it will also be following you. And that is how this freedom is to Biafran people. Biafrans have been tortured and killed and molested at will. And nobody is willing to speak. Hey, Bimpedede. Sorry about that. So that is how it is. We have to do it ourselves because there is nobody that is going to help us to do it. And it is a must. In the case of Biafrans, our freedom is a must. Otherwise, they will finish us. Otherwise, they will finish us, or they will not allow us to make any meaningful effort in everything that we do in life. Our endeavor, they will not allow us. This is what we must understand. If you know the deep hate, the seated hate in the minds of these people, that some of our irresponsible Biafrans, some of them, always seek to extend the hand of friendship and love to them. As you are extending this hand of freedom, friendship and love, they are now packing excretors and be splashing it on your faces. You send them Obi, they throw you away. Who else are you going to send? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hell, Aguoku. Aguoku. The complexion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is the same complexion of the mother and the father. In Ghana here, we say, hey, man, we koko. Koko is a ripe plantain. That is how we describe a fair complexion person. Hey, omuibo for me kopa. Is the Igbo people are too fair. Come again?
I say pa, that sound, I always like it.
If they want to tell you, like we say, oh, what okrobia kenani amabolo wealamma. So in Ghana here, when they say okrobia ken amabolo wealamma, so I would time that is how we do it here. Hell, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, papa. He's a handsome man dealing with Nigeria. Anytime I see this man, speak, anytime I see this man appear, anytime I listen to, the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the past, I will be highly inspired. That is how I feel. So, my dear great brothers and sisters, Nemoches and my Namoches, the freedom, America will not fight this freedom for us. Britain will even kill us if we begin to fight this freedom because of what they are benefiting from their franchise, their company, their inheritance, according to them. So they wouldn't allow anybody to come in between, to take away what they are benefiting, the pot of treasure that they are benefiting from. If it be you, go green. If you are the one that you are fighting to come and take whatever that is in your hand that belongs to me, and you've been benefiting for quite some time, will you agree? Won't you fight me? That's exactly what we do. And we need fight to take it out, to take it away from them. It belongs to us, and we need it. We need that freedom. We need that freedom. That freedom is the answer to every problem of any Biafran. Without that freedom, we are nothing. Without freedom, we are slaves. And that is what the Nigerian system wants to do to an average Biafran man or woman. And we say no to it. I would like to digress again. I believe that they are still in the court. I do not know the distance from the updates from the court in the zoo. I believe that later on we will hear what transpired in the court today. But all the same, we will keep our eyes on the ground. I'm the kind of like, hey, tell the United Kingdom. I believe that they will be hearing how we are shouting and talking and calling them out. If they have conscience, they will not come out to say, yes, these people are serious with what they are doing. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. But there are people that, the Satan has put the hot iron into their brain. Instead of them to look for humanity and how to treat humanity, how to make other places, be like the way they are. No, they will not do that. Rather, they will look for something That is what the British government and most of their politicians are doing against our people, and we say no to it. Freedom is what everybody needs, and we need freedom in order to move forward and develop our land, develop our people, make our life meaningful, not a life of poverty, not a life of misery, not the kind of life our people are living in that contraption called Nigeria, where people live below in multi-dimensional poverty. That is not what God created Biafrans to be. And the reason why God blessed the land of Biafra is to make life easier for our people. Anybody that is going to come out to make that life miserable for us, we must fight that person. Whether organization, whether nations, even if they are within us, we must call them out and fight them. They are agents of Satan, and we cannot work with them. If you look at Burkina Faso, like my younger brother is doing over there, a 36 years old is doing something that those of them that claim that they are Democrats, they cannot do. It takes courage for a man to pull out from a former colonial imperialist. It takes courage. And as long as the people of Burkina Faso, the Burkinabes, my brothers and my kids and kin that are there, the Kusasi people, the Mosi people, the Buzanga people that are right across the southern part of Cameroon, bordering the northern part of Ghana, Upper East region, are in support of what he is doing. That is the only thing that is going to make him succeed. Any other help, like as it is coming from Russia, I think to a certain extent from Turkey, because Turkey also is supplying Burkina Faso weapons. Some of the drones, area drones, surveillance UAVs that he was using to chase them out, the terrorists, and they were running into Ghana. And we also jigger for them. We chased them as well. They were running back to Nigeria through the Benin border all the way to Niger State, Kenji, in a country where they are being received. That is Nigeria. Ghana chased them. Ghana blocked their place. Burkina Faso is chasing them. But the only place they found succor and favor is in Kenji, in Niger State. That is to tell you that that country is their own, and they want to adopt it as their own. And they will adopt it, they will do everything possible, Mazi chicks, to collect it from the indigenous people. And they are collecting it already. They are collecting it already. In Benue State, some communities has been renamed. In Adamawa, the same thing. In Nigeria is where they found succor. That is where they found peace. And they will do everything. And the people, their kids and kin in that particular country are also welcoming them and protecting them. Your army and your government is protecting them, asking them to come in. And they will come in. But in Ghana, you will not come into Ghana. Let me tell you, let me shock you, Mazi Church. The last administration of Nnamdi Akufo-Addo, these armed headers, like I always say, came and they chased them away. He chased them away. Do you know what they are doing now? They are now coming into the market, taking their cattle into the market to sell. And when they are coming with their cutlasses. Do you know the new order? The new order says, if you are a header and you are bringing your cattle into the market, you are going to pass through the villages to go into the market. Keep your knife wherever you are. If you bring it into the market, you will be prosecuted. That is the order. Not be gun, no. Not be AK-47, no. Ordinary cutlass.
That's a serious country.
Ordinary cutlass, because we know what they can do. We know them like the way a man knows his wife.
Brahma,
keep your cutlass.
Brahma,
keep your
it's saying.
Hey yo, who's Thank you, sir. We know them. We know what they can do. And that is the reason why they can never be citizens of this country, because we know what they can do. When you give them chance, they will do you. You do. Please, let me join you. I'm having a call from my uncle. Let me join you. I will come back and finish my thought on this. Thank you so much, Mazi Chicks.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my beloved brother Maxwell.
You are muted. You are muted.
No, I'm not muted.
You are muted.
No, it's not. It's not.
I'm not muted. Maybe you are the one not hearing me. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate my beloved brother Max for that very line of thought. You've spoken well, and I believe the Biafrans are listening and they are following up on all that is going on. And today, as we all know, it is a day of Court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and what you are supposed to be expecting today is the cross-examination of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are going to be cross-examining the witness. The person that is coming out as a witness against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be cross-examined by the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. That is what to expect. And from the few information we have gotten and some things we have heard and seen online that is have done so far, I think the case is in progress, and that cross-examination actually go on. And I will try to give you some question that was asked by the lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the cross-examination. And I would like to bring it forward so that we can equally hear. And when we say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case, it is just a simple thing. He has no case. Transcription of cross-examination proceeding part 4. And here it is said, Agabi, for many years, there has been killing in Zamfara. Is it as a result of agitation for separation? The witness to answer said no. Agabi asked again, there has been killing in Benue. It is a product of agitation for separation. Question. The witness said no. Agabi asked again. There are killings in Plateau State. It is as a result of agitation of separation. Witness answered no. Agabi asked again. Are our highway safe? A question to the witness. The witness said, to some extent, they are safe. Agabi asked again. Many villagers have lost their lives. Nigerians killed in churches and in mosques. Correct? The witness, I remember few of those instances. Agabi asked again. Are those killings product of agitation for separation? The witness said no. Agabi asked. Schools have been attacked. Students unalived. Correct? The witness said yes. Agabi asked again. Do these killings have anything to do with agitation for separation? The witness answered no. These are the questions that was posed to the DSS man who came to stand as a witness for
That's good.
And in all the questions that was presented, the witness was saying no.
Awesome.
These are the information we've gotten so far that is coming. And when you look at what is happening, this is exactly the same thing we have all been saying in online and offline. The argument we've been making, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent, he has no case. And you can see, finally, we allowed them to do what they want to do. And you can see the question that was posed to them by our own lawyer against the witness. And you see the response the witness gave. So as time goes on, we continue to talk about these issues. The only thing Biafrans have to understand, more especially, most importantly to us, is that liberation is not a gift from others. It is a choice to be made within ourselves. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken a stand. He has made a choice to stand in the front line and fight for the liberation of Biafra and recognition of Biafra. You that is out there watching, what are you doing? You that is out there, if you think that some Messiah is going to appear from anywhere to help you, think again. You must start doing something yourself. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the front line already. Biafra is in the front line answering questions, asking questions, and you can see that we are already in the front line winning. You that is out there, what are you doing? If you think that this thing that is happening today is just ordinary, it is not ordinary. And it is not just about religion. It's not just about one thing or that. It is about our resources. That is the target. For you to understand it properly, I am going to play a video to remind you what transpired during the Civil War. Why they were busy taking the life of our children. Why they were busy taking the life and starving our children, our mothers, our parents to death. Why they were busy bombarding our land. In the United Kingdom, there were still some people that had conscience, and argument was coming up. Protest was going on in the United Kingdom. And what was the argument they were making? The argument is that it's just about our resources. They do not want to allow Russia to be in charge of the resources in Biafra land. If they allow Russia to take resources, it's going to be a problem to them. It is about the resources. That is why they galvanize and gather together to fight and make sure that the Biafra remain under captivity. Today, the same thing is still playing out in Burkina Faso. Why they do not want Traore to be the president and continue to do good for them? It is because of resources. They do not want Russia to take charge. And I want you to see it in black and white so that you will understand that these things have a connection. And the earlier we begin to gather together to fight and remove ourselves, the better. In Biafra, Africa died. And in Biafra, Africa will resurrect. I want you to pay attention to this video I'm about to play. There are two videos. Two of them are speaking of the same thing. And when you listen to two of them carefully, you will understand that it is only us that will free ourselves. Let us pay attention to this video. Number one, the video that comes out during the Civil War, when Biafrans were dying. Pay attention to it.
Policy of continuing to supply arms to the Nigerian federal government was attacked in demonstrations in Britain and abroad. In London, Biafran supporters clashed with the police in Trafalgar Square and Whitehall. Britain was branded with being an accomplice in genocide. At Basel in Switzerland, a British trade week was cancelled, and later in Bonn, Mr. Wilson, on an official visit, was mobbed by protesting students. The Biafran lobby in London was able to secure an emergency debate in both Houses of Parliament. It ended in uproar. Mark Press reprinted the whole of the Nigerian debate in a booklet with added comments in the margin. Comments which drew parallels with Hitler, Himmler and Stalin.
There were protests throughout Africa. Britain was seen as helping the Nigerian government to pursue a policy of genocide. The scandal also split opinion in Britain.
Should we stop? I want you to pay attention to this portion. This is the area I want you to listen carefully. Every one of us that is watching this video, or those who are going to watch in time to come, please pay attention to the discussion. This is a debate, either to support Biafra or to continue to attack Biafra and take innocent life. And the reason why the British continue to make sure that Biafra does not get freedom, it is not for humanity. It is not for other regions. It's not for any religion. It is for their own personal interest. Up till this day, I want you to pay attention and listen carefully. The debate that was going on in the United Kingdom while the war was going on. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say there are individuals in the UK that are wonderful people. good people. But when it comes to their government, they are the most evil that you will pray not to come across. I want you to pay attention to this debate.
Sending arms to Nigeria, whether this would have any effect or not, should we stop sending them now?
Yes.
Hugh Fraser.
To my mind, it's very simple, and the answer is yes. The alternative is, as proposed by people like Woodrow Wyatt, an MP in the Times today, to keep up with the Russians. This is morally absolutely intolerable. It's politically inept. Your policy is losing out. You're making a fool of ourselves throughout the world. The people are regarding this country with moral obloquy. It's not this medical, the policy has failed.
If we don't supply arms to the Nigerian government, the Russians are going to go on doing it. The Russians have told the Nigerian government that whatever happens, they're going to see them through to victory. Well, is it wise that we should allow the whole of this vast area, with 52 million people in it, with more oil in it than Kuwait, to fall into the hands of the Russians? I mean, it's absolutely crazy.
The federal government won, helped by the British arms. But the resulting scandal...
I hope you heard that clearly. That was a British man making an argument that the war should be stopped, that they should stop supporting genocide against the Biafran people, that the war is immoral, they should stop it. But there is somebody there representing the government from the same British, and he said, it is about the oil, that the oil in Biafra land is greater than the oil you can find in any part of the world, and they cannot afford to allow that to fall into the hand of the Russians. They try to play this game, present the case, and Russia said it's about Russian people, and it's about mineral resources, that if they don't support the war against us and continue to hold us down as the colonial master they are, if they allow Biafrans to go, they think that the oil is going to fall into the hand of Russia. So it was never about anybody or any religion. It was about the British. That was why they were in the forefront of fighting that war. They sponsored it. At the end of the day, reaching an agreement with Russians. And when you look at it all, it is about them and about them, not about you, not about me. Now, in 2025, the same argument, the same story, exact thing is what is happening in the US against Burkina. I want you to listen carefully to this video. Pay attention to this video from beginning to the end. You will see what is happening. The same thing.
Why we care about what's happening in Africa right now? I mean, what if you tell the American taxpayer, why are we there? Why are we spending the money we're spending there?
Thanks for the question, Senator. For access and influence, I say that a number of countries are at the tipping point of actually being captured by the Russian Federation, as they are.
Did you hear Russia mentioned again? They don't want Russia to capture Africa. It is about the same language, the same thing is just what they present. You see why we say every one of you should wake up. Liberation is not a gift from others. It is a choice to be made within ourselves. I want you to pay attention to this discussion again.
Can you talk about why we care about what's happening in Africa right now? I mean, if you tell the American taxpayer, why are we there? Why are we spending the money we're spending there?
Thanks for the question, Senator. For access and influence, I say that a number of countries are at the tipping point of actually being captured by the Russian Federation, as they are spreading some of their false narratives across Libya. And from a strategic answer piece, access influence across the whole Maghreb, that is NATO's southern flank. We need to be able to maintain access and influence across the Maghreb, from Morocco all the way to Libya. The PRC and Russia are also remaining exploitative where possible and coercive when necessary. They want that ground. They want power projection capabilities. So for the most part, the rest of the continent is also for mining concessions, whether it be gold or rare earth minerals. Both of them have a long-range plan. But I think at the accelerated pace, Russian Federation is really trying to take over Central Africa as well as the Sahel. So, Senator, right now, China has a plan, a long-range plan, but they're coming in with their Belt and Road initiatives. But I think they do have global aspirations for a security construct to get a decisive advantage over the United States. We need activities and investments to deter that. Especially engaging with our partners, our African partners, and telling them to ensure that they're not militarized. So this takes information campaign that's successful, but also assurance actions of building partnership capacity where they won't need China in their false offerings of security construct.
Thank you. When the U.S. Marine Corps General was called for a testimony to the U.S. Senate, nobody knew he was not trained to hide sensitive information. In his testimony, he revealed everything the U.S. has planned for Africa. He said that Russian and China's influence in Africa is increasing, and so, to prevent that, the U.S. will invest more in establishing military bases. Even though Russia and China are better alternatives for African countries because they offer mutual benefits, the general revealed that the U.S. needs to make African countries threatened by them. It's because only then will African countries allow the U.S. to keep the military bases and establish more without any scrutiny.
I hope we have had these two videos. When you see these two videos, they are the same debate, the same plan, the same solution is what they had. And it is about them, not about you, not about me.
Mazi, choose.
One happened in 1967 against you and I, Biafran people. The debate, it was about them, their influence, taking the resources for themselves, establishing themselves in our region. In 2025, still in Africa, the same thing is happening. And now you can understand how difficult the challenges we are facing is. And you begin to understand that liberation is not a gift, and nobody is going to give it to you as a gift from others. It is a choice that we must make now and not tomorrow. Go ahead, my brother Christian.
Yeah, so Malthus, I was off a little bit, so then I met that program. You know, this the West, yeah, because that is what they are. The West comprises Europe, America, and the rest of them. Exception of China and Russia, they are not. But so basically, I think, like the saying goes, that pacing cup don't fool. Their cup don't fool. I'm telling you the gospel truth. This Western world, their cup don't fool. They had all the opportunity to do right, but because of their evilness of heart, I won't be able to begin to say what I've seen, having lived among them, lived in their place for decades. It's just incredible. Word cannot describe their belief system and their personality. They don't believe in kambili, that word, right? They don't understand that. It's always about have and have not. So, but the unfortunate thing is that for so long, they've been in this, almost forever, they've been on this game, and people, African people, to an extent, maybe not fully, maybe not 100%, but to an extent, the people's eyes don't open. Because what I saw, I think it was yesterday in Ghana and some other cities. I didn't see it from Nigeria or in Nigeria, but I saw young people demonstrating in support of the Burkina Faso guy, right? And the things they were saying, it clearly shows that truly these people, their cup don't fool. Now, that black guy who is a general in the military or whatever, so yeah, they're just exposing themselves further because
he's a modern slave. He's
yeah,
a modern
exactly.
slave.
We know. Yeah, they always do that. They use them, you know. But I feel sorry for people like that. But we'll be doing what we're doing. So the thing is, you see the Russians, apart from during that 1967 war to 70, that they were misled, if I can use that word, by the British because they supported Nigeria. if you know, during the Civil War. Now, but from there down, they've come to the realization that the West doesn't stand for any. I'm telling you the gospel truth. They just don't believe in Billy can believe. That is not whom they are. They just want to keep you perpetually poor, subjugated, so that they will be rising. So now, but for Russia, from the time they've really come to this realization, they've decided that it's better for everybody to have their space, do your own thing. Don't trouble me, I won't trouble you. Same goes for China to an extent, because the Chinese, when they come to work with you, they will benefit, but mutual benefit. You go get, I go get. Everybody go home happy. But no, that's not. For the Western world, their own is, they will take what is yours and leave you impoverished and keep you like that. And be giving you handout here and there and go out to say, oh, we are philanthropists. Oh, we are the, like that, I don't even want to use a bad word for Macron, that young guy in France. We're marrying grandpapa, now he married. Say now his wife, whatever. He came out to say the Africans are ungrateful. Can you imagine the madness? The people that have sustained you, sustain your country, continent, the people that without them you can't even.
Is electricity in France,
yeah,
by the exploitation of uranium in Niger Republic.
So who is ungrateful here? The people that came to fight your war, and to make sure you continue to stay relevant. That was what Traore told him. They came and took our people to fight for the war, to keep you going, and you are saying the Africans are not, they are ungrateful. Who is ungrateful here? Okay, they say, okay, you come to my place, fine, thank you, but it's enough. You can now go. You can't even go, because you know that when you go, you fall off. You can't stand on your own. You can't sustain yourself. So who is ungrateful here? They are the one that is ungrateful. But the thing, like I said, because having seen this demonstration that went around the globe, and like you also said, my brother Chooks, some of these, they are people, ordinarily, it's like some of them, they don't really know deeply what goes on that governmental level, because like you said, during the Civil War, there were some of their citizens that protested against it because they know it's inhumane what they do. But this selected few elite, they are just, they are not human. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Because just like this American one now they are using, that general, he speaks as if you begin to wonder, okay, so they are in competition with Russia and China. So like Africa would be like a pawn, in their distance to be playing around. So they will be. So, and then there's another brother, I don't know if it's Brother Gray, who said that the third world will be from Africa. Who knows? Because one thing is for sure, Russia has come out to stand for the truth. To the extent that I know an ambassador who studied in Russia in the 70s, right? And after studying, he was so good. The Russian government said, we'll give you money, give you everything, go back home and help your people. Put what you learn here into use, not to come, but this is what the West, when you are good, they keep you. They don't want to, because like, you remember that Katrina line, that Amusu woman, who came and said on national TV, I think it was on Arise or Channel, that the British have a program in Nigeria where they will get the best and the brightest, bring them to UK and give them job, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, really? So that is what it's all about. You take the best and the brightest and you leave the country, you leave them with the Buharis and the Tinubus of this world. So obviously, yeah, it just, like I said, it's good that people are knowing the game that they play, that is never intended to benefit you, no, but to keep you perpetually poor. It's not accident, it was a design, what is happening. And this Traore, now God bring the guy, I'm telling you the truth, because they've made so many attempts on his life, but for some reason, they have failed and they will continue to fail, because he is somebody who came, I think he came at the right time. I even heard that he was invited by American government. They invited him, but he told them that he's busy building his country. right? So you and the other one also, so he's not driven by religion. Just like this sister was saying, for us it's not about religion. The enemy comes. The enemy comes. Hello.
Okay, go on, finish up. Go on.
Yeah, the enemy comes with religion, but in actual fact, they are not even religious people, because like the marauding Fulanis, they come with religion, but they are not religious. They don't even believe in anything other than to conquer, to subjugate. They kill Muslims too. If the truly is religion, who are same Muslim, they kill them too. Some of them for not okay. And even when they conquer Hausa, if it was for religion, why are they subjugating them? There's no Hausa person that is occupying any meaningful political position, not a governor, no nothing. So why? So if it's for religion, why are they treating them like that? Quara, the same thing everywhere they go. So it's just an attempt for the Sultan and their cohort to conquer people and begin to lord it. This is what happens. But people have to fight back. You must fight back. But if you don't, then you become a slave who refuses to fight for his freedom. Then he doesn't deserve to be free. Because even like the Edo Oba Obini, he's also trying to extend his own authority beyond his whatever, that he will suspend Obi, suspend King. So King is not supposed to suspend a fellow king, but he wants to have more territory to himself. So that is a short story, my brother. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from our brother Greg. Just make it 2 minutes so that we can be able to round it up. We've spent a long time already. So, my brother Greg,
yes,
go ahead.
Yes, Mazi, thank you for giving me the opportunity again. When I come in before, I told you that the Second World War was caused because of Africa. That is 100% truth, or it's not just allegation, or I didn't just forge it on my own. The Second World War was because of Africa. The Hitler was very angry because the Germans were driving away from Africa. And he felt that the Germans are being subjugated by Britain and France. So that is why he built a strong army to make sure he conquered Europe by going down to Africa and drive French and British and conquer the whole Africa and Europe. That was the only thing. So he did not just stand up to fight it. He was fighting this Second World War because he wanted to get Africa. He felt that French and the British have sidetracked German. So what you see that is playing out in all these things is these two clips you played right now is the Macron is a demon. That French president is a complete demon, and Obama is a demon. So one thing is the African leaders doesn't have a plan. The African leaders doesn't understand what the world politics is all about. These people you see, they have all their plans 50 years ago. So why do you think that they are still fighting Russia even after the Second World War? In this country, Germany, where they have East was controlled by Russia and West was controlled by America. And when what do you call him? Ronald Reagan was calling Western Germany to reconcile with the Eastern Germany and make sure he break the wall down. Break the wall down to unite Germany so that they will make sure that everything that what do you call it? Russia represents in the West is being destroyed. That Russia will no more have any influence in Germany. And when they succeeded in bringing that wall down in 90s, they make sure that Germans unify themselves. When they finish unifying themselves, what did they do? They went to Russia in the same 90s. This one is led by, what do you call him? The man that took over after, not Angela Merkel, not Schroeder. What is his name again? He went and brought Germans that went to Russia, Kazakhstan, during the First World War, about 500 or 600 years ago. Because these people, they have record. So they went and brought all the whole Germans back to Germany. All these things happened 1996, 1997, 1998. They brought them back. They gave them houses, gave them money. And all of them came back to Germany. Because these are the ones who refused to fight that First World War. And they all went to Russia and live in Kazakhstan. But their people have all their record after 500 years. And now they started coming back to Germany. They brought all of them back to Germany. So now they all live in here in Germany. And they have stabilized them, make sure they have jobs, they have houses, they learn works. And now the Europe have come gang up again against Russia by using Ukraine. And now, Russia being clever, Russia started pushing himself to the Asia, the North Korea and the China. And now they're in Africa. So this Macron and the British is not happy about it. So if you don't understand what is playing, and that is the only thing that will make, what do you call him, Trump, to start listening to these people now, because there is one thing all of them have in common. Anything that concerns the West, America and the West, they always stand together. So that is why I said it will be better for America to accept Biafra as fast as possible. Because if Biafra happens to lay their hand on Russia and North Korea, then you know what will happen? It will come Second World War. Got market. Got Third World War. But if they want to stop it, they know what they're supposed to do. But if they think they want to do it by trying to bring Toran down, occupy Niger, and install their slave in what do you call it? In Burkina Faso, in Niger, in what do you call it? In Senegal, it will not work because the people are very wise now. People are very wise, and it will work against the West and the so-called America. So now we know all their games, and every person that is called himself African know their games. The youths of Africa know their games now. It is their slaves that are called the African leaders who are in present now, especially in Nigeria, that doesn't understand what is going on because the corruption have blinded all of them. They only want to steal from the purse of their common people. You see what is on the net. The son of Tinubu went to bribe somebody to stop something. I don't know. I have not gotten the story very well in Twitter. And the guy refused the 100 million naira they're offering him. They kidnap him and want to kill him since he refused the money. So they said the NAS or NANS. So the man refused the money. So these are the only thing that's playing in Nigeria. And that is why Britain and America and the Western world will see all the evil in Nigeria and they will close their mind. So this tape you played now is an evidence of what I said from the beginning of this very program. So the earlier the people understand what is going on, is better. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi, everybody knows that Mazi Nnamdi have no case. I see all the questions and all the whole allegation, the cross question that they were asking the DSS man. He doesn't have any evidence against Nnamdi. All those things they are bringing is only just to use excuse to install fear in Biafrans and install fear in people that have witness against. They don't have any witness against Nnamdi, and they will not succeed because when you go through all these questions. Now they started bringing the idiot DSS man. They started bringing Simon Ekpa in the field. was Simon Ekpa in the program in 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, 19 when they arrested Nnamdi Kanu? When was Simon Ekpa in the picture? That the criminal DSS is saying that all he know that Simon Ekpa is the same this thing within Nnamdi Kanu. What does that mean? So it makes no sense. So when you go through all these things, you see where they are going. That is why the West will see all this evil. That's why Britain allowed Nnamdi Kanu to be languishing in jail because of the gas, oil, and the mineral that is in Biafra land. That is only what they're after. The earlier the Biafrans stand wise and have their second thought. I said it before that everybody should prepare for the worst. If you don't prepare for the worst now, then we will have ourselves to blame. Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate you for that contribution you just made. Let's hear from our beloved sister Ojugo. Give us your word once again as we proceed. Just use a few minutes and give us your.
Yeah, we've heard the questions, and like everybody knows, Nnamdi Kanu is just a preacher. And when the witness on 29, they talked about everything that they discovered from him, it was all about technologies, what he used as a preacher. So that being said, even that, yes, that day, I was even thinking, saying, okay, after this, and the case didn't go well, where would they go? The next would be the appeal court. And then appeal court is the one that already said, set Nnamdi Kanu free. So what will be the next now for this country called Nigeria? You know, I don't, it's how the way they hit themselves, I don't know. They just disgrace themselves for nothing's sake, turning things upside down. So, well, we'll continue to watch the progress and keep praying for him and Simon Ekpa. Anybody bringing in Simon Ekpa to Nnamdi Kanu case will be wasting time, because Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa was only mentioning Nnamdi Kanu's name. They didn't say him, Nnamdi Kanu, and Simon Ekpa. I don't think they even sat down together to talk, or maybe they caught two of them with a weapon. We have freedom of speech. Somebody can be your mother. That does not mean a crime. That person committed a crime. Everybody you have somebody that you look onto, somebody that motivates you to do what you do. So they are mentioning in Simon Ekpa, they're just wasting their time because it bears them no fruit. Coming back to what we're talking, I always like to use scenario to make my points clear. Western and African country. From what you read, because I kept being knocked out and come back in. But I heard when you read out, it says they are trying. They ask a question: why all this tax money going to them? We don't need it. We don't need your tax money. We need our resources. That's all we need. And that's what we're asking for. If you leave our resources alone, we're not going to ask, your tax money will remain with you. You don't need to spend it. The Western world. Keep your tax money to yourself. We need our natural resources. That's all. And he's saying to avoid Russia from having, there's a word they use there, mutual relationship. If we can have a mutual relationship, understand, get into, business, nobody you want to produce something you want to sell. That's what we're asking for. If we have gold, build a company in our country and employ our people. We produce it there, we sell it out to other countries. That's what we asked for. We didn't say don't come at all. Let's say negotiate. That's exactly what Donald Trump is doing for America, where he believes is his country. We need to negotiate. We need to sit down and negotiate for the best. That's what we are asking for. We're not going to swallow gold. We're not going to swallow gas. But let's sit down and negotiate. So if Russia and China, these Asian countries, that those that are not with them in those their United something and their NATO something, can come and be with Africa, we'll sit down, we'll negotiate, and we'll form our own power. Everybody will benefit. You will remain in your country, I will remain in my country, because I would like to go back to my dear country. That's why I say, when I'm traveling, I say, I want to go home. Some will say, go home. So here is not your home. I say, no, this is not my home. I have a home. So, that being said, like our brother said, we have to prepare ourselves for the worst. Just look at a woman that is breastfeeding a child. Breastfeeding a child, Look at a woman that is breastfeeding a child, for example. Maybe after 6 months or a year, and you want to stop that breastfeeding. Is it easy? No. That child will cry. Some of them will even get sick when you want to stop it. When you want to stop that breastfeeding, that child, some of them will fall sick. Some of them will cry 2 days, 3 days. I remember when I did mine, I had to be out of house for complete 3 days. I was emotionally down. My baby was sick, but thank God my mom was here, with me. So it's hard for these foreign countries to take their hands out of Africa, but you have to find a way to do it. You have to be strong. You have to say, hey, it's time to stop this. You need to stop breastfeeding. It's a matter of time. It's going to hurt the woman. It's going to hurt the man. But at the end of it, we achieve it and everybody will be happy. So that's what I'm telling African people. It will not be easy. Our brother said, prepare for the worst. And yes, we have to. Otherwise, the wind will blow you out. Me, I prepare for the worst. My spirit is very strong. Very, very strong. So I want everybody to prepare for the worst, because we don't know how they're coming. Look at, you see, like our brother said, cup of juego and cup of jugo and jugo. That's why somebody, the Trump appointed, could reveal their secret unknowingly, their plan for Africa. And they had to remove the person from position. You see it? That's how God is out now. God is out to save the life of Africa people that he created. He created all life. we believe he created all life. And the Bible that they gave us said, why would you take a life out where you cannot even make a single hair? A single hair. But these white dudes will march on a life of a black man. And it means nothing. So we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. You've spoken well. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. As always, thank you so much. And let's hear from our brother Maxwell. Use about 1 or 2 minutes and give us a word on that video I played. And let's hear from you, my brother Maxwell.
Thank you so much, Mazi. It's quite unfortunate that you know, I'm trying to do all the things I could, but you see calls coming from different places. You know,
yeah.
I will try. I will always try. You see, the Western world has no plan, no good plan for the people of Africa. The African man or woman has no benefit from these white folks, the Caucasians. The only thing they are concerned about is those resources that they are getting from your land, you know, in a crooked manner, in a fraudulent way. The monies that the politicians, criminal politicians, are moving away, laundering into their banks, and they are using it to develop their people. If they don't encourage evil, why would they allow these criminal African politicians to steal from the people and stash them away in their banks? Those monies are used to take care of their own people. They will in turn use the same monies and give as loan to these same African people. These corrupt politicians will go in there and borrow those money that we will now be paying the Africans themselves. The poor will be paying for loans that they took from them. These are their monies that was taken away from them. Your resources also. That is the reason why Nigeria will wake up and level their barrels of gold on agitators that are agitating for their freedom and buy all of them. And America, United Kingdom, European Union, United Nations, AU, ECOWAS will sit down there, put their hand under their jaw and be watching. While innocent people, those with divergent voices, are being treated like animals or terrorists. That is the reason Nigeria will go to Kenya, kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, rendition him to Nigeria to face trial against all international conventions and rules, and they will not speak. That is the reason why they will hold Simon Ekpa today and detain Simon Ekpa, because they have interest in your natural resources, and where they cannot get it, they find one thing or the other to fabricate lies just to implicate them. The same way they did to Muammar Gaddafi, the same way they did to Saddam Hussein. Is it not the same America that told the world, the United Nations, that Saddam Hussein had military chemical weapons? CW. Is it not the same people? Is it not the same general? How old is he? He's a general right now. 7-8 years ago, they were fighting in Iraq. Maybe he will be around the brigadier general or colonel. Yes. Or so. Or 10 years old. Maybe, yeah, he was an officer then. Okay? He was an officer then. Didn't they lie? When they eventually entered into Iraq, what did they find? Did they find any chemical weapon? All lies. They came out. Look at the video that you play, Mazi Chiefs. I do not know how many ministers have this video. Look at the video that you played. They were, these people were, the only thing they were protecting is the oil and gas. Oil and gas. The human resources that they are taking from you, the brain drain and brain gain to them that they are taking from Africa to go there and work for them and pay you good. Tell your politicians to impoverish you, impoverish us in Africa, so that we will be running through Agadez to go and get salary per hour that is more than what they are paying us in 2 weeks in Africa. They tell them to impoverish us so that we will find every means to run away. When we compare the remunerations, the salary or wages that we are going to get over there and the one we have in Africa, that one is always better. They will tell you to devalue your currency in order just to make your people impoverish them. And the idiots are following them. And that is the reason why I stand with Ibrahim Traore, captain, because we have our people there. And I am in a very difficult situation right now. I am also fighting for the Biafran people where my mother comes from. I am also fighting for where my relatives from my own father's side are also coming from. They held a protest here in the embassy. I was telling them, no, you shouldn't go. Where we should go is the American embassy and the French embassy and the UN office here in Ghana. That is where we should have gone to. Not to Burkina Faso embassy. That is not the right place. And the people did what they did. That is to tell you how Ghana is when it comes to the problem of Burkina Faso. We are brothers and sisters, and nobody, once you touch any Burkina Faso, you have touched someone like me, whose father is from the Kusase tribe of Mole Dabon ethnic group. All of us are one. We are in the same Mole Dabon ethnic group. Busanga, Kusase, Mosi, Mamprusi, Frafra, and the rest of them, Dagombas. All of us were in the same ethnic group, Mole Dabon. So we will support him in everything that he's going to do, at least for the fact that France has been chased away from Burkina Faso. We are happy. We are happy. And if we pray with what they are doing, look, let me tell you, like I said before, the only support that is going to protect Captain Ibrahim Traore, the Malian guy, the Nigerian guy, is the support from their people. Once your people are behind you, they can go and hire anybody anywhere outside Burkina Faso to protest against Burkina Faso. It will never hold water. Go and tell that. They should go and tell that to the Marines. They should go and tell that to the Marines, not the people that are in Burkina Faso. If they want, let them come there. And as well, let me tell you, any attempt to overthrow Captain Ibrahim Traore or Miriam Runogwe, it can never enter. It's like a cup of water poured on the surface of Ogugu, the raffia palm stick. It will not go inside. It will be outside. And they will always catch them. They will be caught and they will be dealt with in line with the law of Burkina Faso land, the Malian and the Nigerian land. So they are wasting their time. And America cannot single-handedly, unilaterally fly to Burkina Faso to come and bomb them. Never. You cannot do that. They will never do that. The reason why we are having issues, the Biafran people, is that we don't have any strong country that is going to support us. And those that are supposed to, come in between the riverine areas where access to the sea, access for everything to come in, are still playing hanky, lukewarm. They are neither cold nor hot, majority of them. And something will cause them to become hot, hotter than those that are agitating and fighting for the United States of Biafra today. Mazi Chooks, I thank you so much. And for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the only thing we owe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is just to put them in our pastoral prayers. That's all. Just like the update you saw there, no instrument of terrorism was found on him. That's a speak score. If you know what is called trying someone on terrorism. Look, let me tell you, terrorism is death, is sentencing by death. It's sentencing by death. For those of us that doesn't know, the gravity of the offense that they are the Nigerian evil terrorist country preferring a terrorist charge against an innocent person that is fighting for his own people. It is death sentence. This is a big score for the Defense Council, and I believe that they know what they are doing. And for any of you that is criticizing them or the Defense Council for not objecting, I also criticized until I came in and begin to look at, the intricacies of what they did. It is scratch my back and I will scratch your own back. I believe that after the case and when the rule is going to be done in this high court, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Defense Council will ask for a bail for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, simply because they have asked them play by their rules, scratch their back, to allow the witnesses to testify while hooded. They will also reciprocate when it comes. They will not object the bail application of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is what I am looking at. So let's continue to pray for our leader and our Prime Minister, and pray for our people in Biafra land as well. Let's also pray for each and every one of you in the diaspora that are making the monies that you are contributing on weekends, on Saturdays of every week, to make sure that you sustain this fight. May God Almighty never abandon Biafrans wherever they are in their contributions and everything. Note that our freedom can never be given to us by anybody, but by ourselves and through our actions. I believe that we are trying, and God is listening to us. Thank you so much, Mazi Chooks, and forgive me for taking your time. Those in the comment section, I beg you pardon me. Like this on so I remain your Okene Awembun from the little beautiful city of Bologatanga in Upper East region. I love you. Thank you for having me.
We love you too. Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max, for that very elaborate contribution that you just made. I appreciate you as always. My fellow Biafrans, as you all know, today, the case of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continues, the second day of that very case in Abuja. And as you all know, we know that our Supreme Leader is innocent. That is why we are not paying too much attention to whatever they have to say, because we already know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case. They only look for means to continue to hold him for as long as they want, just like our Prime Minister explained in one of his videos, which I played last time. So as we are rounding up, I am going to read out the summary of today's case again so that we can be able to have it in mind and be carried along as we are going. The headline that we are seeing here says, "No instrument of terrorism is found on Nnamdi Kanu. DSS witness tells the court." This is the confession of the DSS man that is testifying. No instruments of terrorism found on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. DSS witness tell court. As they call, P1 further disclosed that he did not find any instrument of violence on the lady with Kanu and did not consider her company as facilitating terrorism. All these are confession that was made today. As you know, today is cross-examination of that very witness presented by the DSS. The trial of the embattled leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, resumed on Friday before Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, with the cross-examination of principal witness who said he did not find any instrument of terrorism on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The court has granted request of the federal government for witness to testify behind screen. While the prosecution counsel is Adegboyega Owomolo San, a former Attorney General of the Federation, Kanu Agabi led the defense team. An operative of the Department of State Service, known simply as AAA, they hide the name, they don't want to tell us the name. They identify their own witness as AAA, appeared as PW1. When AAA was asked if he was the officer conducting the interview in the video played in the court, he said that 5 officers were in the room and that he was one of them. He said his role in the investigation was limited to arresting the defendant, obtaining his statement, and escorting him to Abuja for onward investigation. On the item presented in the court, AAA, which is their witness, they are hiding his name and identity, was asked if there was anything which on the face of it was offensive, and he said no. When asked if he had analyzed any of the item recovered from him, he said he analyzed only his phone. He said the phone was in evidence, though there was no analysis in evidence because they considered it immaterial to the case. When asked, do you agree that in the 10 years since you confiscated this item, many of them have lost their use? AAA said yes. AAA also, that is their witness, was asked whether a record of the item he claimed the DSS returned to the defendant. He said yes, but noted that he didn't personally keep the record. P1 further disclosed that he did not find any instrument of violence on the lady with Kanu and did not consider her company a facilitating terrorism. Then Agabi, which is our own lawyer, asked the DSS witness whether he found any instrument of terrorism on the defendant. He said no. Replying to the question about whether he, AAA, contacted anyone whom the defendant mentioned as working with him, he said the defendant didn't mention any names, adding that he did not know whether other people were standing terrorism trials with the defendant in the case. You don't know, member of DSS, meanwhile, he was aware. A whole member of DSS didn't know that there were people that were charged with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on that 2015. So, I put it to you that there is no other person in the whole of Nigeria who is standing terrorism trial for Biafra agitation except the defendant, Agabi told the PW1. However, AAA said he knew some people stood trial with the defendant earlier, but didn't know the state of those trials now. He mentioned that he had read from social media and newspaper that the defendant had supporters like Simon Ekpa, who also carried on with the agitation. He read the newspaper, he heard about Simon Ekpa. Of course, we are many, we carried on the agitation. we are always on social media, and I can see now I'm still here. Many of my brothers are still here, my sisters are still here. So let's hear them what they got to say. He also said he knew that the DSS was in the process of extraditing Simon Ekpa to Nigeria to face charges, something they're always dreaming of that will never happen. Will never happen. When asked whether the defendant was charged with damaging anybody's property, AAA answered, maybe not personally and virtually. He said there was social media message where the defendant was inciting violence, but did not know one person who carried out any act of violence because the defendant incited him. He's talking about violent issues. The DSS man is confessing by his own said that he didn't see anybody carrying out any violent action because of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Kanu called Nigeria a zoo. P1 further said, though he could not remember whether the defendant said there is corruption, youth unemployment, and a lack of development in Nigeria, but remember the defendant calling Nigeria a zoo. So among everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, he didn't remember. The only one he remembered is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called Nigeria a zoo. When asked whether he remembered that the defendant said IPOB was not an armed group and does not give armed training to its members, he said he remembered the defendant saying IPOB does not bear arms. There have been killings in Kaduna, Zamfara, Benue, Plateau, and other parts of North. Are those killings based on any agitation for separation? The Defense Council asked. To the best of my knowledge, no, AAA answered. At least you can say some truth. He further stated that Nigeria highways are safe to a larger extent. When the Defendant Council asked, many Nigerians have been killed on their farms, in their churches, in mosques, etc. Schools have been attacked, and students kidnapped or killed. Trains have been attacked and passengers kidnapped and killed. These killings are not the product of any agitation for separation. Are they? AAA said, no, they are not. This case, featuring terrorism and treasonable felony charges, was originally instituted in 2015 following Kanu's arrest in Lagos. Major setbacks have held the case down for almost a decade, making it impossible for the prosecution to call witnesses and present exhibits until Tuesday. The case started with 4 people initially charged as Kanu's co-defendant. However, in February 2018, then the trial judge, Binta Nyako, severed the trial separating Kanu, who had fled Nigeria from other defendants. The trial severance allowed the prosecution to continue proceedings against the 4 remaining co-defendants. The Nigerian government rearrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. It is not rearrested. Stop saying rearrested. The Nigerian government kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and extraordinarily renditioned him, because they will always try to write it the way it will favor them. While we, on our own side, we will use the right language. They kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya and brought him back. Today, this is what we can say about the case, and I think the case is going to continue. I'm going to check the adjournment. I've not seen it yet. When I see the adjournment, I'm going to present the adjournment of the case when it's been adjourned, and when we are going to proceed and continue. But as you can see, as we have always said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case with the zoo. On this, we are going to end the program to continue the program again from tomorrow. So let's have a closing remark from our beloved sister Ojugo. After our sister Ojugo, we hear from Greg. 1 minute closing remark while we round up and proceed. And as soon as I get and I will bring it up. Go ahead, my sister.
Okay. My conclusion to this program is we just have to be strong. Mazi Nnamdi is strong and standing firm. And we'll continue to be strong and pray for them. That's what we owe him and Mazi Simon Ekpa. Let the Nigeria disgrace themselves, continue to disgrace themselves. And at the end of it, we will see the outcome of others. Biafran, prepare yourself for worse and prepare yourself to defend yourself. Fight for life from anybody at all. Fight for life. We all have one head, two hands, two legs. That's all we have. We have. White skin, black skin does not mean anything. Does not mean anything. We're all human beings. Black life matters. That's what I'm telling the Western world. Black life matters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful conclusion. Let's hear from our beloved brother Greg. Go ahead and give us your closing remark as we round up.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi. Choose. Well, my closing remark today is that for me, the earlier is the best for America to wake up now and support Biafra. Why I say so is I will not accept Europeans in Africa, but I can accept America. Why? Because America was in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia developed. In Kuwait, they developed. In Saudi Arabia, they developed. But check anywhere that Europeans, they remain poor and beggar. At least I believe when America comes to your land, he will give you a chance for you to not to be poor. So you can use these lands to as example. So if they are not ready to support us, we will look for friends anywhere. What we want is freedom, and there is no going back. So if they want to support Biafra, let them support Biafra and be friend of Biafra, because there is nothing that will stop Biafra from coming. Whether America support it or they don't support it, definitely Biafra is emerged and there is no going back. So I will continue telling my people to prepare for the worst, because they have a different agenda and they want to make sure they put Africa down. This Macron is a criminal. The Democrat Obama is a criminal. So we are watching Trump to see the action he wants. If he is so much prolate, if he is inviting Trump is not coming to America, let him go to America. He is a human being. Or let him send his secretary to go and negotiate anything he wants to negotiate with Trump in America. But will Africa be freedom? Will be free? That there is no negotiation for freedom of Africa. This time around, we cannot continue keeping backward. It cannot continue being like that. So in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, they have no charges against him, just as they don't have any charges against Simon Ekpa in Finland. At the end of the day, both of them will be free and Biafra will emerge. Thank you, Mazi. Choose. And God bless you, and God bless all Biafrans, and God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. As we continue, we move. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye-bye, Biafrans.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for your wonderful support on the platform. And I appreciate every Biafran that have been with us on this program from the beginning to the end. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect all of us. Victory definitely will be ours. May Chukwu guide and protect every Biafran wherever you are. Promote you, continue to provide for you, secure you wherever you are. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, give her more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, wherever he is. We pray for God guidance, protection, provisions, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding wherever he is. I also pray for our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is. We pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be protected. I pray for more wisdom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to stand strong and join us very, very soon. No matter what the enemies are doing, no matter their propaganda and their blackmail, they will never succeed. Thank you so much for being part of this program. As you have been with us, we are going to be back again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Same time, please, if you have not shared this program, like and share. And always remember, liberation is not a gift from others. It is a choice to be made within ourselves. Have that in your mind wherever you go. And I bet you at the end of the day, you will know that Chukwu Okike Abiama have called us and we have come. No matter what the enemies are doing, no matter what they say, no matter the language they use, we shall overcome. See you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Thank you so much and stay safe. Bye-bye. See you again.
We dey rise like sun, no fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender. This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze. We face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still dey strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From
Natulaje bwana mwabuli vemelem Otibe kuwana tulane bovo Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule hule ndị Igbo na-atụ n'ilu n'ahịa kara aka na-akwa na-eri n'ụwa ngwụrụ ngwụrụ amatala iwe ọsọ jere fụta mgba ka nchụba dị ya ma ha bụrụ eziokwu elu na-agba akara aka elu ego n'ezi elu n'ụbọchị akara aka elu ego n'udezi maka na aba abalị n'ụwa aralụ n'ute eyi ụmụ Biafra kụnye elu ụmụ Biafra kụnye elu ọnọdụkwara igbe ọnọdụ ụlọ ọmụnọ n'ezi bịa kere nnu ọnọdụ enu lile tọnọ na ndagwurugwu seji tọnọ n'ugwu gbadata ya ka anyị were efu obi wee nataba n'ụba anyị maka na njụkọ n'ụwa milion wee gba ọfụfụ ọma ha bụrụ eziokwu enyi n'aka ndị kwọta mmiri aka ịgba gwachasị enyi ka aka ezu ezu ọba bụrịbụ wee lụta mmanụ ụmụ Biafra kụnye elu ka anyị were ofu obi wee nataba n'ụba anyị maka na ofu obi agbaka mma na anụgo n'onwe ụmụ Biafra na ekele unu niile nke a bụ nke anyị nwa adati na ijele nwanyị bịa kene gị ọkwa gị bụrụ ụkwụ ekene n'afa ndị otu Biafra Izawa and the Biafra Izawa religion nke ọ dị na nwata chi eze amụrụ n'obi bụ onye iwere ya wesị ya kene arụ gị adụmegwu Chukwu ike mba one of Biafra land mmanwụ be m odogwu na-enye akara ya dike nwafọ ndị Igbo jiri dị ebube bido n'ebe ichebele mmanwụ be m abụzikwa odogwu eji mara Igbo niile odogwu eji mara Biafra bịa adụmegwu Chukwu Papa gị si ekene lụgị Filipu Efiong abụzikwa nwoke kwuru okwu wee kwụsị okwu si na Biafra ya ekunye na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wee nata mana bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo n'ọkụ ọgụlị nwata n'aka na ele gị isi ekene lụgo onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kedu ebe ebe dike Amadike Biafra bịa lụrụ ọkwa gị bụ ofu onye tiri ndị iro mgbada nwụrụ anwụ n'isi
and cannot cry my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to NJC for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them this is what happens. Nobody wants to do it. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can
ndị nọ na exile cabinet bịa n'ụlọ n'umwe ọnụ ekene unu jisi n'ike na Chukwu na ndị a na ya agba unu ube maka na onye sụrụ ọbịa ya atọ ka anyị malụ ga-enu oyi jisie n'ike ekele m ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu the angels of Biafra land bekele n'oyi the great oracles of Biafra na n'ụlọ ọnụ ekele unu n'ama na nụnụ jisi ike n'ọrụ na Chukwu ya gba unu ume ụmụ Chukwu ụmụ Chukwu asị ekele ya the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Eba abụzikwa agbata obi otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ anụ nganga mpi otembe wile nname mmiri na-adị ugwu bịa kudu akọ mmiri na-akwa n'ụlọ mmụọ na-akwa akpụ bịa keleli ọdagịrị dị m osefuru ndị ilo bịa n'ụlọ n'uwe makwale n'aka ose adị mma n'anya mgbe eji mụ agụ ka onye ilo si n'ọdịrọ nka si onye ilo ya tinye isi onye ilo wee walasọ abụzikwe nwa ọgbata obi ihe ọgada gidi dike bịa n'ụlọ ka o jiri kwada n'ihe onyinye Chukwu nyere ndị Biafra na n'ụlọ n'ụlọ ekele gị asị m na ya adịrị ndị Biafra niile na mma asị na ya adịrị ụlọ niile na mma ma ndị anyị na-akpọrọ nwe na owutere anyị wee rie nne ma ndị anyị na-akpọ na ndụdonu na ndụdonu n'ọnwụ maka na mgbe na-abọ ka ekwe na-agbọ dike ọgbọ ya na ndụ ọgbọ ya n'ọnwụ n'obi ibe onye edobeli na-edere n'ụwa ma abụrụ ibe emere eme a good legacy will last forever ma abụrụ ibe emere eme and the remembrance of my blessing.